everybody bloody good? How's everybody doing on this fan-fucking-tastic Sunday? Everybody, I am late. I know I'm late. My bad. Woke up late. Rough start to the day. Had to go to the gym. We're here now. And we're ripping a fucking stream, chat. It's going to be a React day today. Probably a 4-hour stream if I had to guess. Nothing too crazy. Yesterday we streamed like 9 hours. Before we get into anything, I wanted to give one quick thank you for everybody that supported the Toys for Tots charity stream yesterday. As a group, we were able to raise, I think, almost $11,000 in like 3 hours, which was fucking awesome. So thank you to everybody that fucking supported it and donated, watched in general. It was a really fucking fun event. I think it'll make a good YouTube video too. We did a Minecraft Hunger Games like OG event with a bunch of streamers. I don't think it was 32. It was probably like 28 streamers, something around there. Anyways, yeah, we were live for a long time yesterday. After I ended stream, hold up. Okay, rundown of the schedule, and then we're going to tell a story. Today's Reacts. We're going to be watching a bunch of videos. Do a rundown in a second. Tomorrow's more of the SMP. Maybe Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 tomorrow as well, actually, chat. Tuesday, I'm not live. Wednesday's probably going to be a horror game day / random game day. Thursday's going to be Reacts and more random games, maybe more PvZ or some other random shit. Friday, I'm not live. Saturday's going to be more of the SMP and random games. And then we're probably going to play in a tournament for the SMP. We got a lot of Minecraft coming up, but also a lot of other random games and shit we're going to be doing as well. I'm also slowly gathering in energy drinks for the review that we're going to do at some point, trying every energy drink that I could find. But, yeah. Yesterday was a long-ass stream, did the SMP, then we did the charity stream back to the SMP. I ended stream. I didn't stream the Streamer Awards, but I watched him. Did anyone else watch the Streamer Awards? I was on call with, if you were watching Chris's stream, I was on Chris's stream, but I wasn't streaming myself. Oh my God, it was so long. Oh, it was long, yeah. It ended around like 1 a.m. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, I got robbed. No, I knew. I was shocked that Jason lost mine. Like just chatting. I knew Kai was going to fucking sweep a bunch of stuff. I really thought that Kai was going to lose just chatting. But he won, I think, 4 awards last night. Anyways, the dry humor duds. Okay, here's the thing. If you watched last year, this is what I was saying on Chris's stream. Fan this year was the floor host. Last year, it was Sketch. Sketch had some bad jokes last year. But the reason they were funny was because Sketch was hammered. He was drunk as fuck, just stumbling around, talking to random people, and it flowed, you know? He was like it was like just handing a drunk guy a camera and a mic and just being like, go and talk to people. And so you were just watching like regular bar interaction. When Fan did it and there was jokes, I felt bad because I knew, like, I don't know if she had planned it or if it was improv, but bro, the one moment where Ty Lil grabbed the mic and went, if you're going to tell jokes, they might as well be funny. I was like hyperventilating it, just watching it unfold. Bro, it was so, I was dying. And then watching, I was watching Jinxie watch it too. Hold up, I have a fun ass picture. I'm sitting there watching Jinxie watch this, and this is the face that he's making. Like the entire stream, he's just sitting there going, just fucking, like wreathing in it. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. It was so, and it was like, dude, it was the perfect lineup of just like duds. And I felt so bad, but it was like the bit with Jason. Then she talked to Rakai. Rakai gave nothing back. And then she went over to Kai, and then Tylo grabbed the mic, and I went, oh no, this is just going to be, like, I was telling Chris on stream yesterday, I was like, if I was Fan, I would have started crying. Like, I'm crying or I would have walked off. Like, having to be a floor host and dudding 5 jokes, like, a lot of people are shitting on FanFan, and I'm not going to sit here and say the jokes were good, but to be able to not just, I would walk out. Dude, she probably wanted to. Imagine being a floor host and you're just dudding for 15 minutes straight. Just dry. It was a dry audience too. Yeah, nobody was interacting, but I also think it's because, like, you're at, like, a formal event and there's a floor host walking around. I'm not introverted, but I'm assuming a lot of the streamers would be thinking what I and you would be thinking. Please don't walk up to me. Please don't walk up to me. Please don't walk up to me. Fuck. And you see FanFan walking towards you. And then you're like, oh no, now I have to, because you're not expecting to, like, interact with, you know, the show. Like, you're just kind of there, you know, especially if you're not somebody that's, like, formally nominated. You're kind of just, like, attending. You're not really expecting to be somebody that's, like, on camera outside of, like, maybe kind of like a background figure. Yo, can we get Boki the fuck out of here? Are you a real person, Boki? Boki, I know you're a real human behind the fucking keyboard just typing the same message 100 times. Figure it out, bro. Fuck. Oh my God, he's just typing the same message a million times. What are you typing dub for? What are you typing dub for? I'm just telling the story. Nothing's even happening. I didn't see the India Love thing. I saw a clip of it. I was watching the whole show. I got really drunk, too. I should have streamed it. I'm sorry. I should have streamed it. I did a whole thing with Chris where me and him did our picks on who we think would win, and if I lost, me to take an edible or a shot, and I lost like 5 times. I was so drunk. I was so drunk. I was sitting there just, like, watching that shit. Oh, my God. I knew Speed would win fucking Streamer of the Year, though. That was a given. That and then Queso, what did Queso win Gamer of the Year? I think Queso Gamer of the Year was, did Queso win Gamer of the Year or Peanut? He won Variety. One of them, I thought he won both. He won both. Yeah, that was like a surefire win. Like, I knew he was going to win that. Queso joke was rude. I mean, it was just a really cringy fat joke. Here's what I'm not understanding. I've made really bad jokes on and off stream, right, where they're duds. But, like, these are pre-written jokes. Do you think that they were like, this'll get laughs, and then it didn't? Or do you think, yeah, skin of a goose, but that's, like, off the cuff, you know? If I pre-planned a joke and I had a thought in my mind that it would dud, who approved them? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Because, like, the jokes themselves, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, every single joke they made was terrible. No. But it was, like, some of them from, like, just even reading it alone in a room, I'd be like, I don't think people are going to laugh at this. But I think that most of those jokes were improv. Yeah, I don't know. The Tylo grabbed the mic after the 50 Cent one. Alex and Brooke for the sub, AJ for the sub. How you think of the 5-9 for the 3? If you could experience any wild animal's perspective in life for a singular day, which animal would it be? That's a good question. Chat, thoughts? If I could be and experience a wild animal perspective for a day. Yeah, I want to say a bird, but I kind of want to go, I would love to be a bird to get the perspective of a bird's eye view. So I think, like, choosing a hawk would be pretty cool. I also think a nocturnal bird. An owl. An owl. Not an eagle, an owl. I would love to be like a barn owl. No, not a barn owl. A different owl. Some type of owl. Whatever owl's the coolest. Or a sea otter. Those are the top 2. What would be the worst animal to be for a day? Probably, like, Oh, fuck. One of those, what are those, like, a wildebeest that has to cross a river in Africa? And you ever see a Discovery video? That shit, that's like, yo, dude, that's like walking into your death. If you're a wildebeest walking into a river, that's like actually just full on being, you know, a gold player entering a fucking GM lobby. Like, full on terrible. Because there's just so many crocodiles or alligators, whatever they are, that and they just drown. A sloth, that'd be really boring. And you're also just, like, covered in shit. My Twizzrich, thank you for the 10 gifted. Ashley for the 2 subs. Death and Dave for the sub. My Twiz, thank you for the 10 gifted again. eBay for the sub. Q for the sub. C-Drive, thank you for the 1,000. But he sells sparkly butt plugs on Facebook Marketplace. That's awesome, man. I hope that business is going well for you. Dumb for the 3. First time capture stream. Love the content. Thank you. Ashley for the 1,000. But he's Rex and Laura for the sub. UZX, Sir for the sub. Ram for the 5. You're the best streamer. Thank you. AJ Brookie for the sub. Hi, you for the 3. And on Allergy for the sub, Cap for the 3. Joe Bart's Child for the 10K biddies! Hope you and chat are doing well, brother. First stream in a minute. Welcome back, Joe Bart's Child, and thank you for the fucking biddies. Hey, Kid and Sir for the sub, Nerd for the sub, Dread, thank you for the 5 gifted. Gavin, Bar SG, Uncle, It's Monica, Delta, Crib for the sub, Still for the 5. YouTube Wrapped, I watched 900 of your videos this year. Really? What's after the 3? Dude, thank you for the support. Can you give it a shout to Marlo and Jacob? Shout out to them. Trunk, Red, and Cool, thank you for the 3. Jesus, Genji, Rick, Reich, Deuce, Jesus, Jay, Ryan, I'm Joel, Jay, Crisp, Cooper, Izzy, One Stan, and a Q for the sub, Mike, Cap, Death for the sub chat. Run down to the videos that we have today. Starting out with the Markiplier trailer. I said I was going to watch this yesterday, and then I got really sidetracked for 9 hours straight on stream, and I didn't watch it. So for the viewer that requested this, I apologize, but we're going to watch it today. Apparently, his movie's coming out soon. Then, the controversial rise of the Steroid Olympics. How to beat the super marathon in the long walk. Long-ass video. It's going to spoil the fuck out of the movie, too. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to rant about this nonstop for an hour because I think it's going to be super fun to talk about hypothetically because I think I would be able to win. How your personality affects what you play. This is about video games. Early flight attempts. And if we have time, hold a hell anxiety warning. This is a video about a guy going into a cave. So that'll be fun. C for the 3. You're my most watched channel on YouTube. Thank you for doing what you do. We appreciate it. Thank you, Bow 3M for the sub, Mike, and Cap for the sub, Death for the sub chat. First video of the day. Shorter stream today, so we're just going to lock back in. Fern video, not watching it today. Not watching the Mr. Beast video today as well. Papa Meat, have one queued for next week, but not today. Lock in, chat. If you have any videos you want me to watch or games you want me to play, video such type, game such type, C for the sub. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. Iron Lung. You see FNAF 2? Nope. Probably going to wait fucking 3 months to see that movie.
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
Beginning the descent.
Is he going to be the main character in this movie?
Cruising depth in roughly 2 minutes. Stand by.
I ask myself that very same question.
I'm seeing some voltage irregularities on the instruments.
Bro, you know what I hate, though? I play so many horror games. This is one of the only horror games I've never played. And Markiplier decided to make a movie about it. So now I feel like I kind of have to play the game. But every time I look at it, it doesn't look fun. If I'm being real. I think it's a good premise for a movie. But it's like the game itself is like you're just kind of stuck in an underground submarine that's like fucking breaking, right? Short horror game where you pilot a tiny submarine through an ocean of blood.
So keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything.
Should we play that one day? It's really good. How long is the game? I hate looking at Steam reviews because there's Steam reviews with like half an hour recorded and then one with 15 hours recorded. Dude, never understand Steam reviewers that do that shit. I've seen short horror games that are an hour long. The playtime's like 9 hours, and they're like, thumbs down. Thumbs down review on Steam. Thumbs down on Steam, 9 hours recorded. I played through this game 9 times, and let me tell you, around the 7th playthrough, the game got pretty boring. Are you a real human? Are you a real human? You're fucking saying that the 7th time you've played the game, it wasn't fun, so you're going to give it a thumbs down?
So keep an eye out for
I tried to get every possible ending and 100% the game, and let me tell you, about 80% of the through it was pretty bad. Yeah, probably because you're really made to play it like one time.
So keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that.
Why would there be flames? You did test this thing, right?
This is the test. Closing port.
Yo, if you spam, I'm banning you. I'm keeping it in sub only right now. Jesus Christ, bro.
Hull shielding.
Where's the reason for this quiet rapture? Too few to rebuild, too many to feed.
You're the first one down. All we have are surface scans, that's why you're there. Well, one of the reasons.
What I do like is the premise of a movie being filmed almost entirely in one singular room. That's why I like The Long Walk as well, because it's one scene. I like a movie I like a good film that's able to not do a lot of scene changes and also it be really good. "1917" was one cut. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Can we just agree this is important? Food, air. We need this, not just the COI, all of us. We need this.
There aren't enough of us left to be throwing lives away, but there is too much at stake not to take calculated risks. Eden doesn't understand that. You don't understand that.
I just want to live. Is that so wrong? Why doesn't anybody else want that?
I don't know. That monologue didn't seem... The movie looks good. What I hope is Markiplier's not going to be playing Markiplier, right? That's my one ask out of this movie is please let him be playing another character. Like, that would be hilarious. No, that would suck. If Markiplier was like actually just himself, like Dwayne Johnson playing Dwayne Johnson. Oh no, he's not gonna be. He's marked out Markiplier. That's fine as long as he's not playing YouTuber Markiplier in the movie. I think it'll be good. I'm so fucking amazed at how accurate the sub is to the game. It's gonna be a banger of Titanic proportions. I wish more YouTubers made FMV games, bro. I know this will be a good movie, but I wish more YouTubers just had a weird passion for FMV. Like, just a game that's a movie. You do it? Buddy, I suck at acting, and I have no real motivation for most things. So, no. I don't think I'll do that. Mochi for the sub, K2, Huggy, J, Mez, AJD, and As for the sub, RV, Hoshi, King, and Z for the sub, Addy for the sub. Like, bro, that reminds me, when Kai was giving a speech at the Streamer Awards, and he was like, I have big dreams. He was like, I want to make my own fashion brand. I want to write, direct, and star in my own movie. I was like, God damn, bro's collecting the fucking Infinity Stones. I want to just play video games. Like, I'm not dissing it, but I'm like, holy shit. That's a lot. Like, being like, yeah, no, I want to accomplish this. I'm like, dude, you're motivated. Fuck. Dream big. Dream big. Dude, that's fuck. Dream big. Those are two huge achievements, right? Like, top of the game achievements. He's already the top of the streamer world. I'm like, fuck, dude. He's just going to start fucking collecting things. King and Z for the sub, not for the 3. You're the only streamer that can get me back to Twitch after 8 years. You deserve the award. Yesterday was amazing. Love the S&P Hunger Games. You brought back Captain Sparkle Days. Missed my sub yesterday. Well, thank you for the sub. I'm sorry I missed your sub. Fried for the 3. You hear the raccoon broke into the lecture store, got absolutely wasted. No. Deuce, Addy for the sub. Steve for the sub. Copus, thank you for the 3. Thank you for what you do. Bow for the sub. Elmo and Mike for the sub. Cat for the sub. My Twist, thank you for the 10 gifted. Spicy, My, and Zodic for the sub chat. Actual first video of the day. Jimmy, thank you for the fucking 5 gifted subs. Thank them if you get a sub. Thank you for the 5 gifteds. Gabriel for the sub as well. Appreciate the fucking gifties, chat. Lock in for the first vid. First actual vid. The controversial rise of the Steroid Olympics. I don't know if he's going to do an intro. Okay, no. I was going to explain it, but seeing that it's there, you know, I'll let him take it away.
the Olympics have no chance.
No, I won't. The Steroid Olympics are just the Olympics that another guy made to rival the actual Olympics where they're allowed to take steroids. Pretty self-explanatory. They're actually encouraged to take steroids.
In 2024, Olympic runner-up James Magnussen became the first athlete to join the Enhanced Games.
Or the Doping Olympics, as it's been dubbed.
Controversial sporting competition where drug cheats aren't just allowed, they're actually the stars.
And Wired tells us that they'll be holding their first edition in May 2026 in the City of Sin, Las Vegas.
The creators' goal? To overshadow the Olympics.
So wouldn't it be more fair to have an enhanced games on the one side and a natural, slow, boring Olympics on the other?
Safe to
Bro, here's the problem, though, is these guys will still get fucking smoked. Like, yo, that's the thing. Is, like, the guys that are going to go into the Enhanced Olympics are, like, the 4th place finishers, you know? They're 5th place. Michael Phelps isn't going to leave the Olympic Games to go take fucking Arnavar or Tren and go fucking swim and do mildly better, right? Like, the guys that are going to go do it are the ones that won't win naturally. Which it's like, I understand the entertainment value. I do. Of like, hey, why don't we just have no limit? Like, let's see if a guy can just take steroids that averagely runs like a 10-1 and see if he could beat Usain Bolt's world record 100 meter. It's like, you know, I understand that. Like, that is an interesting premise. It's just like, it's really hard to get, it's really hard monetarily to get sponsors behind an event that is actively promoting steroid use. It's easier for like IFBB pros because it's like, we don't know if they take steroids. We just don't test them. Meanwhile, you have Phil Heath in the background just fucking sitting there, 320 pounds. He looks like he's a person standing inside of a person. We don't know if they take steroids. We're just not going to test. And so it's easy, right? Like, but it's like monetarily, I don't know. Like, I hear about the Enhanced Games every year, it seems, but I've never seen them.
Safe to say, not everyone is a fan.
It's a gamble, it's a Russian roulette with 6 bullets in the barrel.
I think looking at this from the outside, it's just got death written all over it.
I just find this really, really terribly sad.
So why are more and more Olympians signing up? What's the cunning business model powering it all? And how did this all begin in the most unexpected place?
We didn't get to this on Monday, but like that billionaire who wants to start the Steroid Olympics.
This was the moment that would ignite the Enhanced Games. A local Australian podcast simply discussing the concept.
Who could we talk to? Who would be able to give you a bit of an insight there? Like,
well, I tell you who would have some ideas, surely, who is a friend of the show, is the Missile.
They called up a retired Olympic swimmer, not knowing he was about to light the fuse that would set everything into motion.
If they put up $1 million for the 53...
I mean, do you think that being on roids... See, that's the thing is like, it depends on the event. You know what I mean? Being on steroids in the Olympics, really good for Olympic weightlifting. You know? But like, trained shooters, you know, archery. I'm assuming it's like the Steroid Olympics are for the big events, you know, track, swimming, maybe like water polo. But like, are you going to get a team of guys on roids to play water polo against each other? I don't know. Wrestling, yeah. But I mean, it's like there's a lot of events there's more events than not that you would probably do better on steroids. But it's like, how much better are you going to do to where like, even if that's really what makes or breaks the Steroid Olympics, is if your star guy got 4th place in the regular Olympics, he's on fucking crazy amounts of steroids and he still can't even come close to matching Michael Phelps' average fucking 200 fly time. You know, it's fucked.
freestyle world record. I'll come on board as their first athlete. I'll juice to the gills and I'll break it within 6 months.
Organisers took the offer, putting out a bounty for breaking the record under the enhanced games.
That's one big carrot.
It's a big carrot.
He became the first official athlete to join the games, and his transformation quickly drew attention.
Are you? Bro, I feel like at some point though, it's like, yo, his big ass ain't getting through the water now. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking, bro, in this left picture, he looks like he could be like 6'3", 190. This right pic, he looks like he'd be 240. I feel like whatever he gains in muscle, now he's just dragging fucking weight. You know? Like, is he gaining anything off of the power enhancement that he's losing in, like, weight gain and how much he has to pull himself? Like, the fatigue's got to be crazy, even with the steroids.
Are you seeing what I am seeing?
But the concept of a steroid Olympics isn't new. It was first mocked by SNL back in 1988.
The first all-drug Olympics open today in Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, he's pulled his arms off! He's pulled his arms.
The man who turned this into a reality was Aaron D'Souza, who identified it as a lucrative business opportunity.
I feel like there's one good one good SNL skit every, like, 15, 20, you know? You see the good, like, if you watch a full show of Saturday Night Live, you'll have, like, one or two skits that you're like, this is funny. And the other ones you're like, why did they include that? They mapped that out. Like, I watched one recently that was about this woman that got a bad haircut it was like some dinner, and she shows up and she just has the worst haircut ever. And they're like trying to ignore it. And then she turns around, she's a bald spot in the back of her head, and they're like, ooh, no, it's good. Like, that's not, I don't know. I feel like that's not that good. That's not funny.
Studying the Olympics and the Olympic movement my entire life.
D'Souza noticed a few issues with the Olympics. The first one being doping.
44% of Olympians admit to using banned performance-enhancing drugs within the last year, according to research.
And the other...
Really? So the people in the Olympics are already roiding? So it doesn't matter. The average person in the Olympics may be using steroids. So it's like, all right, well, now we're gonna make it that they're allowed to use them.
You know, probably lying.
Are losing. Yeah, exactly.
Take the most prestigious event, sprinting.
Why do they do steroids? Because they're gonna get better, bigger, faster, stronger. What? Steroids, it basically fast-track progress, and the limiter that you have is now twofold. Like, that's the problem, too, is that a lot of guys, specifically, that are probably watching my stream right now, that are 16 to 20, go, wow, steroids seems awesome, right? Because on the surface level, you're going to get way more jacked. You're going to get a lot fucking leaner. You're going to feel a lot stronger, right? So on surface level, like, if it seems like a fucking god drug, but then the backside is like, you might have erectile dysfunction in your mid-20s. You might have a heart attack by 35. You might have low testosterone naturally for the rest of your life after you get off. And when you do get off, you might lose all the progress that you had previously, right? Like, you could have acne. You might... Roid rage, I think, is kind of, like, miscommunicated. Roid rage exists, but it's like, I think a lot of people say, if you take steroids, you're just going to be an angry fucking Hulk that's incapable of holding down your emotions. And to that I say, look at, like, what's his name? He wears a hat. He has curly black hair. Oh, my God. I'm literally staring at his face right now. He's big right now. He's like a Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek, nice guy, holds it down. You know, like, I don't think that's a guy that kind of shows, hey, like, roid rage exists, but it's not something that's, like, prevalent in every person. But even then, it's like, it's just health problems, man. That's the worry that you're going to have. And a lot of people that do use steroids that might not advocate for them, but, you know, kind of are your role models in the steroid space, also have enough money from their influencing work in professional, you know, like job salary that they're able to pay doctors to help fund what they should and shouldn't do in a very meticulous way to where it's safer than the average person's usage, right? Like these guys that are professional bodybuilders that are on steroids are getting doctors to tell them what they should and shouldn't take, what their cycle should and shouldn't be, versus you who's just shoving a needle in your own ass in your fucking bathroom with some shit you found from a guy at your Planet Fitness. That's like that. You see what I mean? Like there's a difference between it's like, you know what, like you have a professional telling you like, hey, this is what you need to take versus like you just kind of like self-diagnosing what you need to like input into your body in like a safe manner. You're just fucking juicing up in a Planet Fitness bathroom.
If you look at the 100-meter
like that's not, God, my God.
time, it's the fastest man.
Somebody redeemed Dent. Uriel, Gabby, Revan, Pizza, it's 4TG, Manye, Royal, Zandy, Syph, Dread, Rack, it's Gabriel for the sub, Jimmy for the 5, Gifted, Spicy for the sub, Zotic, Azaz, and Mai for the sub.
Man in the world. 7 of the top 10.
Rewinding.
If you look at the 100-meter time, it's the fastest man in the world. 7 of the top 10 fastest 100-meter runners in history have had a doping violation.
Here's the thing that I feel like he's slightly skewing. And I don't know the facts on this, but somebody redeemed Flex. All right, no more channel point redemptions. Let's pay attention to the video and what we're talking about. Thank you for the redemption. Just lock in, please. No, literally, we're just typing Flex right now. We're talking about the video. Fuck. And Zod, not doing that. We're going to keep it in sub only, and don't refund yourself. Don't refund Caden either, because I just told him we're not doing it. Don't refund Dpap. And I'm not doing the flex. Thank you for the 50,000 channel points. You're not getting refunded. Dominic and Grez for the sub. I11 times for the sub. It's and Pizza for the sub. And now they can complain for the rest of the stream. All right. Anyways. I'm not being a dick, bro. Why? Bro, what the fuck? Why? Because I'm literally flat out saying, hey, don't redeem anything else. We're going to lock it into the video right now. And then to spite me, 3 people fucking redeem shit. You're not getting refunded. Anyways. And now Aiden fucking redeemed Don't Get Mad. Okay. Chat. As I was saying. Let's lock back in. Okay. Let's type locked in. Cause for the 3. I'm on Peptide's best thing ever in the ITY, the future. I don't know what that means. Santo and Rem for the sub. Times Dominic, Grez, and I love for the sub. Lock in. Your mods are bad, dude. They're teenagers. General Zod's 21 years old. Def for the sub. The main mod that you're probably talking about right now is like a year and a half younger than me. Switch for the sub, Def for the sub. Anyways. Holy docs. Brother, you've said that on stream. You've said that on stream, Surly. Surely. Jim. W-Gim. Anyways. Fuck. I want to get this point across. I think this guy is skewing what he's saying slightly, right? What he's saying is right, that the top 7 sprinters have had doping violations, but I really want somebody to fact check whether or not that's doping, meaning steroids. Because there are a lot of banned substances that Olympic athletes are not allowed to use, and many of them are not really performance enhancers, right? What drugs did the top 7 sprinters in the world get caught for? Justin Gatlin did use testosterone. That is one that I know about. I'm reading this right now. Justin Gatlin, if you know sprinters, did use steroids. Or testosterone, rather. Asafa Powell used a stimulant, oxylofrin. Christian Coleman got banned for 18 months to 3 whereabout failures. No evidence of drug use. Methylxanamine, clomiphene. Bro, see, they're using shit that's like, when he says doping, I feel like a lot of the time you're going, oh, they're using like anabolic steroids. But a lot of the time, it's like they're using shit that's not allowed, but it's not the same thing as like them just fucking shoving a needle in their ass. It's like some weird fucking stimulant that they're using on a day-to-day basis.
7
that
of the
they buy over the counter or get from a doctor.
top 10 fastest 100-meter runners in history have had a doping violation. And the only one that's not in the top 5 is Usain Bolt.
Instead of having the athletes dope with underground drugs, D'Souza argues this is a safer and more honest approach.
We will allow all substances at minimum that are clinically approved and that can be dispensed by physicians.
You see, athletes have long had to deal with other countries' doping. From the Chinese swim team.
Oh, no, yeah, and it's not even just in the Olympics. Who was the one fucking guy that was hitting dingers left and right in baseball? He was on fucking steroids every day. Fuck. He's like one of the best baseball players that's ever played. Was it Barry Bonds? Yeah, Barry Bonds was hitting fucking grand slams left and right. That guy was fucking juiced to the gills. That's what I'm saying, though. I agree with this point. That's like, hey, these are leagues that you're not supposed to use steroids, and some of the best players of all time were on steroids.
To the Russian state-sponsored program.
As athletes, our faith can no longer be blindly placed in the world of anti-doping agency, an organization that continues to prove that it is either incapable or unwilling to enforce its policies consistently around the world.
And it can be difficult to test for every substance, for everyone involved.
Lowell is required to witness and have an unobstructed view.
Unobstructed view? What, you just gonna stare at his dick while he pees? So he doesn't like shove it up his ass and take it out of a bottle and pour it into a cup?
Not to mention, the rules are often outdated.
Caffeine was literally a banned substance until 2004.
Which is why many...
That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! No, bro, if you go through the banned list, bro, that was my point against what that guy on the podcast was saying. Like, there's shit they'll get banned for where it's like, bro, it's like an antibiotic they had for a fucking illness. And it's like, okay, now that's a violation.
We're excited about the doping checks being dropped altogether. Secondly, Olympic athletes are often massively underpaid.
You know, and then I learned that the average American Olympian only earns $30,000 a year.
The average Olympian only earns $30,000 a year too, because the only it's a house of cards, man. Not a house of cards. That's a bad example. It's a steep pyramid on the Olympic Games. Similarly to the NBA, but the NBA, the top players make the most, but the average players also make a shitload just because they're in the fucking same team. But when you're an individual athlete representing, see, that's what it is. Like, if you're a part of the NBA, you're one of the best NBA players of all time. I was just talking to this about with my friends the other day. Say you're starting player or you're first off the bench. You play every game, every other game. You're a no-name. You know, you're still on the Lakers, but you're a no-name. You're getting paid $5 million a year because you're a part of the team that, you know, LeBron or these other guys are on. You know, Wembanyama or whatever, Jokic, all these fucking crazy players that are like the star athletes. Now you transfer to swimming. Michael Phelps, in his time, was the best fucking swimmer, and it wasn't even close. You know, maybe the second, third guy behind him was known. Or what was the girl this year that just swam and broke a fucking world? Katie Ledecky or whatever her name was. She fucking was insane, you know, and she got a bunch. Yeah, Ledecky got a bunch of sponsorships and a bunch of offers and shit like that. So who's in second place? I don't know. You know, because it's not a team sport, you know. So if you're a part of the Olympic, you know, top 5 and you're not 1 or 2, no one knows you. So it doesn't matter that you're the 5th best runner in the world. You're a nobody in a marketing perspective because that's how they make money. They don't get paid. Countries pay Olympic athletes varying amounts depending on what country you're a part of and how well you perform. In some countries, I believe like Great Britain, just give salaries to Olympic athletes so they can help train, and it like helps prevent them from having to get like 9-to-5 jobs so they can focus on training. You're wrong? Okay, why am I wrong, Dion? Explain why instead of just saying you're wrong. Because if you look at the top track athletes, in the world right now. Noah Lyles, number one. You could say like Christian Coleman. You could even say like Asafa Powell. You could have all these other guys that are Tyson Gay, people that still might run. They get crazy offers because they're in the most popular event and they're top 5. You know, if you're the 3rd best steeplechase runner in the world, you're probably working an accounting job on the side because nobody watches fucking steeplechase. Nobody knows who the fucking 5th best 3,000 meter runner is because that's an unpopular event. It's like you making them on steroids isn't getting them more money. That's my point. If you get this guy on steroids and you're like, we're going to roid him up and pay him better, you're fucking 6th place, bro. You're not, that guy's not going to get, like, you can't give him a salary.
It's a part of what makes the enhanced games so tempting. Instead of waiting 4 years for a shot at Olympic glory and scraping by on low pay, athletes here are offered millions, with events held each year, not just once every 4 years.
How are they offered millions of dollars for getting like 10th? They're probably they have to be dropped like fucking on a dime, dude. Like instantly. There's no way they could keep you on $1 million salary for you to get fucking 8th place taking steroids, swimming the fucking 200 butterfly.
But money isn't the only motivator. At the heart of it is a bold and controversial claim that performance enhancement shouldn't be hidden. It should be embraced.
The companies sponsoring it? What companies are sponsoring the steroid games? Fucking Blue Chew? What companies is fucking getting into this?
Even celebrated as the next evolution of elite sport. But what brand wants to be associated with drug use? The Olympics relies on sponsors and billion-dollar TV deals.
Oh, it's like I was making a fucking foundational point there.
The enhanced games, they're uploading everything online for free. Because the real business isn't broadcasting, it's pharmacology. The same drugs used by the...
Oh my god, no! Wait, the substance... Oh my god, wait, no, Goldmine, the fucking companies that make the drugs these guys are taking are probably the ones that are paying for this. Holy shit. Because then you go, that guy just ran fast as fuck, I want to look like him. I'm gonna go fucking take whatever he's taking.
Will soon be sold to the public.
You take steroids? I do not take steroids. If there are like a subsect small group of people that think I take steroids, I'm 6'1", 176 pounds. If you think I am on steroids, you are insane. Like, I have the most average gym build for somebody that has worked out for 5 years, for 8 years, you know, for however, like, consistently. That's cap. It's not cap. I weigh 178 pounds right now. I fluctuate 175 to like 183.
Illegal telehealth model. Think hormone clinics meets influencer marketing, where the athletes are the ads. It's a bold, brutally profitable strategy. And whether you call it innovation or a disgrace, one thing's for certain, nobody's looking away.
This reminds me a lot of the early UFC days. Everybody's clutching their pearls, talking about how barbaric it was, and now it's seen as like a good Saturday night family viewing event.
On social media, people want to see the fastest swimmer, the quickest sprinter, the strongest human alive. And the enhanced games tap straight into that impulse, because in today's world, attention tends to follow spectacle, not moderation. And if someone has to shave a few decades off their lifespan to produce that, well, that's their choice.
Do they shatter records? Do they blow off tendons in the pool? Do they gain too much muscle and just sink to the bottom? Do their hearts explode? We're about to find out.
So whether you're watching because you're fascinated or horrified, you're watching. And that's exactly the point.
The problem is, like, you could have just an unlucky, like, the worst thing that could happen that would ruin the enhanced games forever is somebody dies while they're competing. Like, you could say the same thing about the regular Olympics, but that would just be seen as, like, a tragedy. But if somebody died of even, like, a brain aneurysm, like something that has nothing to do with their steroid use, if somebody dies while they're training or competing, it would immediately tie back to the steroids, and then the entire house, it would be a house of cards, it would fall.
This is why a lot of doctors, ex-Olympians, and even ex-doping kingpins are concerned.
I do not think it's a good idea. I think the general...
Who the fuck is this guy?
I do not think it's...
Victor Conti, ex-doping kingpin. Balco scandal. What is that?
Idea. I think the general thinking of athletes is if a little bit's good, a lot's going to be great, and then they have a tendency to overdo it, and the next thing you know, they're doing self-harm.
The Enhanced Games promises world records, million-dollar payouts, and a new era of sports. But behind the shiny marketing is a minefield of problems, and a business model that raises some serious red.
Is the $1 million payout for world records being broken, though? Like, for you to get $1 million, you need to be on steroids, perform in the Enhanced Games, and also beat Usain Bolt's 100-meter.
Flags, with the CEO of the USA Anti-Doping Agency calling the organization a dangerous
Like, that's not easy. Being a crazy athlete and on steroids.
clown show. When performance-enhancing drugs become the expectation, not the exception, you don't just push the limits of human performance, you obliterate the guardrails.
Is that the reality is when there's a lot of money on the line, people are willing to do a lot of things.
Just a chemical arms race, where the athlete, willing to take the biggest risk, walks away with the cash, or perhaps doesn't walk away at all. Even the original name, the Enhanced Games, feels like a meme. If the goal is to be seen as a serious alternative to the Olympics, the branding isn't doing it any favors. To many, it still feels like a joke, or a less serious version of what already exists. Just look at the comments. The Olympics...
Yeah, they should just brand it something differently, like that it's its own competition. They should have similar events that the Olympics has, but just do what the IFBB does and just don't test. You know? Or do what like these big bodybuilding or strongman organizations do and just don't test. Like, don't make it about, hey, everybody's on steroids. Just be like, we're not going to see what you're on or not on. It's up to you.
About drug testing.
And so it's kind of like an unspoken thing where every single athlete is on steroids, but they just don't talk about it. But then they lose the sponsors. Because the sponsors are the people that want you to be like, I'm on blank and blank. My nuts are the size of peppercorns now.
It's just the Olympics. If the best athletes can break records through the current system, why risk it all for this? The first official record was set by Christian Golomev, earning the $1 million prize. But despite the hype, most viewers were underwhelmed. In a suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in
breaks world record. Wait,
Even
what?
the media is suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in quote marks.
Yeah, he's not in a Speedo. He's wearing a skin-tight suit. And he's on steroids.
Many are calling it dangerous, especially for younger athletes watching from the sidelines, because by rewarding enhanced athletes with fame, money, and virality, the message is loud and clear. Natural isn't enough. To win, you must be willing to risk your health.
This is the main concern that most people have. This is my biggest reservation and concern is what it says to the youth, what it says to the kids. Like that, it's legitimately scary.
In the words of two-time Olympic champion Kieran Perkins, it's borderline criminal.
The challenge is that people on the outside don't always have access to those resources, and if they see, hey, look at this swimmer who's setting world records on performance-enhancing drugs, I'm gonna go take some performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, and they're gonna get him from Mike from Planet Fitness, right? Mike out of the tanning booth in good old Planet Fitness is gonna come walking out. He's gonna be like, "Hey man, you want some good shit? Come to the back of my Honda Accord. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. I got the good shit, man."
A new risk profile that if it's not closely monitored, supervised, etc., opens up the whole door for a lot more risk.
Let's not forget, many of these substances are banned for a reason. In some countries, they're illegal, and the Enhanced Games is already raising eyebrows in the medical world. Behind the bold talk of freedom and scientific progress is a bit—
That's your dealer? No. I did have a personal trainer at a gym I used to go to try to sell me weed, though, and he showed me a picture of it, but it didn't look real. I didn't buy it, but I almost did because he showed me nugs that were like this big. I was like, yo, that looks like some GMO weed. That don't even look real. It was like, he was like, yeah, man, this is like an ounce, just one nug. No, it wasn't one nug, but they were huge. Some shit you've never seen before.
Business model built on normalizing drug use, targeting everyday people with promises of superhuman performance. And finally, this model could actually increase inequality in sport, because when access to drugs, medical supervision, and cutting-edge enhancements becomes part of the equation, the athlete with the most money, best doctors, and corporate backing will have a massive head start.
I mean, that's what I was saying too. It's like they're going to be healthier because they're going to have doctors that are telling them how to do it, and they're going to have access to higher quality and better stuff.
Sport has never been 100% fair, but the enhanced games can end up being less fair than the very system it claims to disrupt. The enhanced games might sound like a joke, but the questions it raises...
Yo, what up, Yugi? You changed my life, thank you? What do you mean? What are you coming in here all sappy, Yugi? I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. It's very sweet. Some for the sub. Mo, thank you for the thray. I'm never on your streams because of the time zone in my country. I know you get this a lot. Love your videos. You help with my mental health English too. Sorry if it's not good. Have an amazing day. You don't have to apologize, bro. You're amazing. Your English sounds amazing right now, or reads amazing. Because I understand exactly what you're saying. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sprake, thank you for the raid. Draper for the sub. Lena G Money for the sub. Freedom Miz. Snap Irish for the sub. Mark for the thray. Every day you get up, you show your strength. Mistakes and struggles don't mean weakness. That means you try and it matters. Healing isn't linear. Some people feel strong. Some days you'll feel strong. Other days you'll get up. Getting up is a win. Heavy days, calm days, confusing days, they all count. Take your time and ask for help. Remember, you're strong enough. You matter, and your story is just beginning. W fucking message, Mark. K to P2 for the sub. Ninja, Arboth, Shaw, Socks, Mo, Issa for the sub. Bird for the sub. Cost for the thray. Peptides are short chains of amino acids, very similar to steroids, but it forces the body to make steroids or things like growth hormone naturally without side effects. Talon, thank you for the 10 gifteds. Now, no and not for the sub. Switch. YX, Steph for the sub. Cod for the thray. Sano for the sub. Times. Remick and Dominic for the sub. Grass for the sub. Natty for the thray. What do I recommend? Videos? Video discussion up. Game suggested tab. Sorry. Is Yugi still here? I lurk and watch videos. Just wanted to type for the first time. Hey, buddy, you actually did type another time. You beat me in the R6 tourney last week. I will never forgive you. That was over a year ago. What's up there, bro? I don't remember what tourney that was. What tourney did I beat you in? Was it Ron's? Over a year ago? That was a while back. Yo, I saw a clip of you saying, like, you voted for me for, like, Just Chatting Streamer or some shit, bro. That was awesome. I didn't win. Shocker. Against Kai Sinat, collecting the 4 Infinity Stones. Joe Bar for the sub. Schleppy for the sub. Nat for the thray. When are you playing PvZ Garden Warfare? Probably on Monday. Monday or Wednesday.
Couldn't be more serious.
That's tomorrow. I'm stupid. It's Sunday.
What do we actually want from elite sport? Is it health, discipline, a level playing field? Or is it something more extreme? The fastest, strongest, most enhanced version of the human body, no matter the cost. Because behind the $1 million payouts and the...
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. Like, that's the appeal, is sports are entertaining. You know, what you get out of that entertainment varies individual to individual. You know, you might like the aspect of sports betting. You might like the aspect of seeing people fucking break world records. You might want to see teams compete against each other and see your favorite player put up, 35 fucking points in a goddamn game. Like, you can't boil it down to like, oh, people just want to see records be broken. Like, that's true, but like the Olympics also gets views because it's once every 4 years and it's all the athletes coming together to perform. If you're going to have the enhanced games every year and you're going to have these guys try to fucking smash world records and still fail on steroids, like, dude, you're on a fucking shot clock timer here on this being a failed business. Like, in 2 years' time, if they're not crushing things, like, it's cooked. Then you're just fucking constantly in the red on a business perspective. Natty, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 10 gifteds. Joe Barton, Schleppy for the sub. But yeah. Excuse me. My LMAO. Oh shit, yes. Were you at the Streamer Awards yesterday, Yugi? I don't even know where you're based. I was not. Well, that's obvious. W and Kofi for the sub. Or not W and Kofi. W Kofi for the sub. Lego for the sub. All right. Chat, next video. Next video. This is a long one. I'm probably going to rant for a while. How to beat the super marathon in The Long Walk. Now, this is going to be a video about the movie The Long Walk. If you don't know the movie The Long Walk, it is top 5 movie of all time. It's not even close. Made me cry. I was panicking the entire time. It's not a horror movie, even though it's categorized as a horror movie. I would say it's a thriller drama, very sad and disgusting. The premise of The Long Walk, he's probably going to explain it in the video, but I'll give a little rundown. One guy from each state. So 50 people participating. They walk until there's one person left. If you go below, I think 3 miles an hour, you get a warning. If you get 3 warnings, you get shot in the head. You lose 1 warning every hour of no warnings. So if you get 3 warnings and you walk 3 hours straight without stopping, you get it wiped clean, right? And you walk until there's 1 person left. You have to poop while walking, eat while walking, drink water while walking. You can't sleep. So it's basically a fucking battle of attrition until there's 1 guy left. They also can't fuck with each other. You get warnings for hurting each other before people ask. And if you run off once you're in the walk, you can't leave. You're not allowed to quit. You're in or you're out. And if you're out, that means you're dead. So if they pull your name and you decide to go, right? This is optional, by the way. It's like a dystopian future. So they put their name in a raffle to go. And if they win, they get unseen riches. That's like the prize. The number's never disclosed, but imagine enough money to retire you and your family for the rest of your life and your family's generations. So I said in my head when I watched the movie, like $50 million is what they're getting. They're getting an absurd amount of money.
So imagine that you're so broke that your only choice was to sign up for the deadliest marathon in the world. It's just you, 49 other dudes, and a fat bag of cash if you reach the end. But guess what? Only 1 player gets to survive. And
what I hate is how casual they are with each other at the start of the movie. I also got to say spoilers. This is spoilers. I'm going to probably ruin this film for you if you've never seen it. So, maybe if you want to watch the movie and not know what happens, I would leave, right? Otherwise, you could just watch it after. You're just probably going to know a lot of what happens.
Anyone who stops gets smoked on live.
Fucking hate that guy. Fucking hate that guy. I'll rant about him in a minute.
TV. But honestly, surviving this would be easy. And I've got the perfect strategy.
All right. Yeah, this fucking guy. Oh, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy until you get the shits 70 hours in. Until you're 120 miles into walking and you have to fucking take a fat shit and you have 10 seconds to stop and poop. Otherwise, you're going to get a fucking bullet in your head. Okay.
To win the entire thing. So we're here to break.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Break down the mistakes.
Yeah, that kid's a bitch. I'm sorry. Spoiler. You have to be like 18 to participate. Most of the participants are between like 18 and 25 in the film. Nobody's really over like 26, 27, right? This kid, they claim, has snuck into it, and he's like 14. He gets a Charlie horse. He's like, It's like 10 miles in. 10 miles in? Yo, buddy, you should have never signed up. I feel like if you're signing up for the long walk, you got to think in your head 200 miles. I'm walking from Los Angeles to San Francisco. I'm walking from Philadelphia to Boston. That's what you're in your head. You're going, I'm crossing states right now before I'm the one guy left. You have a Charlie horse 12 fucking miles in, buddy. Eat a banana. Huh.
Made what you
first one dead. Ugh.
Should do and how to beat the endless march in
chat. How far you think you could walk? That's the let's start out with that. You got to walk until you physically can't anymore. Let's say there's no other people competing. That's going to drive you a bit further, but how far could you walk before stopping? I think I get 100 miles. gun to my head, I think I get 100 miles. Spoiler alert, it's way further than that in the movie. It's way further than that. What really gets you is like 2 days in, where you're exhausted and you need to fall asleep. So you're kind of like dozing off while you're moving.
The Long Walk. So it all starts with this guy, Ray, who's just won a spot in a low-budget version of the Hunger Games. Basically, he lives in an alternate timeline where the country is dead broke after getting slapped around in some kind of giant war. And now every year, one dumbass from each state gets picked to compete in a non-stop walk-off.
One of the coolest things they do in the beginning is they go ID. Right at the door, they go ID, and he hands him the ID, and the guy waves him off, doesn't give the ID back. I mean, that's like a psychological warfare thing, right? You know, you have your ID, you hand him your ID, he just goes, you know, like that. He's saying you're dead, like you ain't gonna need it anymore. Like what the fuck?
Tree is dead broke after getting slapped around in some kind of giant
just keeps it.
And now every year, one dumbass from each state gets picked to compete in a non-stop walk-off, where only one player gets out alive. The winner gets unlimited V-Bucks and receives one wish. But as for everyone else, it's...
Oh my god, I love this guy. Hold up. I love this guy. Oh my god.
Back to the lobby as soon as they stop walking. Ray's arriving at the death game the only way that makes sense, by getting dropped off by his mom. She even packed him some cookies like he's going off to school, but it's probably the last time that they're ever going to see each other alive. When it's time to say their goodbyes, Mom tries acting like she's proud, but she starts ugly crying the moment that he tries to walk away, but it's too late to turn back, and after one last hug, he leaves to join the other 49 morons as they sit around waiting for it to start.
Yo, I gotta say too, this is not like me talking about his body or anything. They mention it in the film and it's like, it's a part of the plot, but like, he's not making it, bro. These two are the main characters and he's not making it. He's like 6'2", 220, you know? The guy that's going to win the long walk is probably 5'7", 120 pounds. Like, you got to be skinny, you know? Like not even muscular, skinny. Like, isn't this voluntary? Yeah, but that's part of the plot too, is like they sign up and they're like, it's voluntary, but like one of the lines in the movie he says, I forget his name. He goes, I dare any of y'all to tell me a time any motherfucker didn't sign up. You know, it's voluntary, but everybody always signs up. Name a guy that never signed up, because it's like everybody's so broke that you would do anything to be rich.
All right, fam. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been wanting us to cover the long walk for a while, so of course I had to do it for my people. But I'm gonna be honest. I started out wondering, how in the am I gonna make an entire video about a bunch of dudes just walking down the street? But then it dawned on me. We can basically just wrap it up right here, because this is actually one of the easiest death games ever made, and I've got a plan to survive it without even trying. So here it is, my genius plan that's 100% guaranteed to work.
Okay, they all have their own backpacks of whatever. They get food rations and water rations, but they're allowed to pack whatever they want in their backpack, probably with some level of guidelines because there's a rule book. Yo, I'm packing fucking nicotine. Like crazy, bro. I'm filling that fucking bag with Zins. I'm so serious. I was actively thinking about this. I'm filling that bag with stimulants. Like, if I'm allowed to do that, I'm just fucking double decking. Like, you're 8 hours in meth. Yo, if I was allowed to bring meth, I'd bring fucking meth. First time, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to do crack. You know, I'm going to do fucking crack for like day 3. I'm falling asleep. Time to break out the pipe, you know? Fucking, at that point, you just got to stay alive. Something to keep you up.
Best
Adderall? Ooh, that'd be good, but then you won't eat. You need to eat.
To survive the long walk is to just never...
Yo, best way to survive the long walk? Get a catheter and a colostomy bag. Oh, you win. You win. You ain't got to piss or shit. It just does it. You just walk. Don't stop walking. That stimulants, colostomy bag, catheter. Boom. Catheter would probably pull a little bit at some point. 100 miles in, it's probably going to get chafed. Maybe not. Colostomy bag would work.
walk is to just never sign up for this.
Yeah, walking 100 miles with a tube up your dick hole, I don't think that would work very well.
In the first place. Like, seriously, I can't believe how...
Is there a limit to how slow you can walk? Yes, that's the whole premise of the movie. You have to walk, I think, over 3 miles an hour.
Oh, dumb.
They all have watches that track their movement, and they get like audible warnings. They'll go number 47, warning 1, number 47, warning 2, number 47, final warning, and then they shoot him.
You'd have to be to actually think this was a good idea. And I mean, it's not like the Hunger Games where you don't get a choice. Signing up was...
This is harder than the Hunger Games. I will stand on that. This isn't some low-budget horror games. This is harder than the Hunger Games. He's saying it's easy. Having to walk 300-plus miles to not die nonstop. You're not sleeping for days. You're shitting on the floor while you're walking. Bro, way harder than just fucking stabbing somebody with a spear. Are you insane? Watch the fucking movie.
Completely optional. And I'm just going to say, if you guys think that I would do this for the...
Oh my God, this is the fucking point. Literally, this guy, favor to win, minus 2,000 odds. Fucking jacked, built, fucking shredded to the gills, stoic, doesn't talk. He gets a small cold, day 2. Newsflash, your immune system never heals. If you get sick, you get a cut. Your body's never healing because you're never sleeping. You're never not moving. You're always moving. So if you get dude, a cough, death, kidney failure, lungs filling with liquid, you're dead. You know, because you're never gonna beat something small because you can't rest. You never have recovery.
Money, then you're severely underestimating my grind. Like, sure, times are tough, but if Peepaw survived the Great Depression, then I can get through whatever the hell's happening here. And I mean, these people all have cars and so how bad can it really be? So you can trust and believe that I'd be living in the sewers and surviving off a spare change before I ever got desperate enough to even try this because I'd rather be thugging it out in a cardboard box than getting capped on live TV. But okay, let's just say I was a real sicko who actually wanted to risk it for the biscuit. Well, in that case, I'd just be spending the first 18 years of my life training like a damn anime villain. I mean, forget learning to count.
Yo, actually, none of them ever talk about like, yeah, I prepared for this. They always show up with like a bag half full. Like, in the movie, the main character gets a tinfoil wrap of 4 oatmeal cookies. Yo, I feel like you would have to have a survival bag. You have to have bro, you'd be plotting that shit out months in advance, training every day of your life. I'm dropping out of school. I'm walking every day. I'm running some Kipchoge-ass fucking training montages, you know? I'm training like the fucking marathon runners are.
Do my ABCs.
They're really poor. What? So? They're really poor? Yo, your son's about to get shot in the head. You can't scrap up more than 4 oatmeal cookies? Are you fucking kidding me? They're really poor. She drives a car. It has gas in it. How much does an oatmeal cookie cost? Your son's walking till he dies. Sell the car.
Or any of that other from the moment.
They're piss poor, bro, piss poor. Piss poor. He's literally, this is an all or nothing right now. Pour all your money into your son right now. If he wins, you're all rich.
When I'm a baby, I got one job and one job only. To become an absolute jacked monstrosity before my 18th birthday. I'm talking leg day every day. Nothing but squats, lunges, and lean protein until my body's legit shaped like a triangle. But it's not just about how you train, it's about the mental game as well. So hear me out. I'm gonna go back and watch all the tapes.
Here's the problem, though, that I want to counter his point. He's saying I would be training from day 1 till I was 18 years old. But it's a lottery. There's millions of other people that are signing up. So why would you waste the first 18 to 22 years of your life training every day for the long walk and then never get pulled? You know, like you might just not get picked and then you just don't do it. So,
and get somebody,
most of them didn't expect to ever get pulled. This is winning a lot. Like they're winning the lottery to get into this.
To read me the rules until I have all the best strategies and the legs of Saquon Barkley. And then I'll be ready to smoke these other losers and go home with the baggie. Now, on his way past the guards, Ray makes friends with this dude Pete, who's got a big Joker scar all the way up his right cheek.
Best character in any movie.
It's not like this is a beauty contest, but if it was, there's one guy who looks like he'd win either way, and his name is Stebbins, and he's clearly the most athletic one in the group, so he's got the more gamer-bodied dudes shook before the walk even starts. Then we've got Hank, the nerd with the big mouth, Art, the nice religious guy who's basically the polar opposite of this clown, and this Malcolm in the Middle looking dude.
Nah, this is making me sad right now watching all these characters. Don't care about this kid. They try to get you to be emotionally, you know, like all these other guys go through so much more shit, bro. He dies in like 20 minutes. Like he dies like right after this shit starts. I'm sorry for spoiling it. This motherfucker gets capped so quick. He fucking gets he gets a Charlie horse like 10 miles, like half a mile in. Like, it's like fucking instantly, this kid dies.
Named Curly, who's definitely gonna make it past the first day. The others start ripping on Hank for talking.
I don't even think he makes it to the first night.
Too much, but then they realize that he's pretty normal compared to this weirdo Barkovich who tries to join in. He's giving off major.
Ooh, no, Bart. To put it in perspective, Barkovich is just dry humor making jokes that don't make sense, and it's so bad, right? One of them says like my meemaw, and he goes, "What the fuck is a meemaw?" Sounds like, and then he makes a joke. But it's so fucking stupid because they're all from different states, so they don't understand each other's lingo, and they're making niche jokes about each other's lingo. And so every joke Barkovich makes just doesn't land because it's like a dude from Alaska making a niche Alaskan joke to a dude from Tennessee. Like, it doesn't hit.
And he's here to hand out everybody's number. After going through the whole list one at a time, he tells them all to line up and get ready to start walking. But first, it's time for a whole motivational speech about bravery and serving your country. When he's finally done yapping, he decides to remind them all about the most important rules. First off, you gotta keep walking at least 3 miles per hour until there's only one player left. You get 3 warnings if you fall behind, and they each reset after 1 hour of walking. But if you use up all 3 or try to make a run for it, then your goose is cooked, my man. That's basically it though, so now that they all know the rules, it's officially time to get to steppin'. But my dude Ray is about to realize that he just made his biggest mistake. So far they're just walking, which is pretty much all they're gonna be doing for the next hour and a half, so buckle up. It's probably a little hard to concentrate when they're surrounded by machine guns, but Ray's
Bro, but they all get to know each other. That's another thing he's not mentioning is they're all like low-key become friends. Not all of them, but like they start forming like small groups, and it's like, why? You're going into this knowing that one of you is coming out. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to anyone. I feel like I'd be like just stoic, zoned. But then you think about it, it's like day 3, you kind of need people to talk to more, like for your morale.
Trying hard not to think about it, so he keeps looking at the butterflies instead. Oh, and the whole thing.
Why is it all guys? It's only guys that get picked.
Being broadcast live for the fans.
Are you trying to get me to say that if a woman was picked that she wouldn't make it?
Back at home, so they've basically got the entire country waiting to watch them get blasted on live TV.
Alright, so now's when we gotta start talking strategy, and you're probably thinking, what could you even do besides just keep walking and try not to get shot? But guess what? You're already beat, my boy, so better luck next time because real ones know the plan started before we even got here. Now, just like a night of
real ones know that I shoved a fucking dime bag of meth up my ass. And it's slowly making its way back down. Probably estimated arrival time around 2 p.m. EST the next day. After that, I'm going to snort a little bit of it, and that's going to be a little pick-me-up for the next 3 days.
The club or a date at a fancy restaurant, you're going to need the right pair of shoes. So you might be thinking,
oh my God, that's the one thing that I'm thinking about is getting blisters. Oh, fuck no. You get a blister like 5 miles in, dude. Some of these guys show up in some like raggedy shoes, like some shit that's like run down. They've been wearing them for like 6 years. You need some broken in new shoes, but not something that's stiff.
All right, I'll just get a fresh pair of sneakers and be fine. But that's where you're wrong, because sneakers,
like this dumbass is wearing Vans. Oh,
shoes. So you might
literally stare at his shoes. You can tell he's cooked from the start.
I'd be thinking, all right, I'll just get a fresh pair of sneakers and be fine.
He wearing flat Vans. Flat Vans, this guy's got rain boots on and a safari hat. Huh?
But that's where you're wrong.
What are we going to go pick flowers? Yo, buddy, you're walking for the next 8 years.
Wrong. Because sneakers are going to give you blisters after the...
They have no money. Yo, you're getting the money. Your entire family's giving you everything they have for this.
The first couple of miles. So for me, I'm getting a pair of...
Oh, you got a Charlie horse.
Lightweight hiking boots, like the type you'd see some granola dude wearing on a nature trail. Yeah, I'd want something durable that's gonna last for literally hundreds of miles, and I wouldn't be just taking those bad boys out the box either. Nah, I'm gonna make sure they're broken in before the...
I wouldn't wear shoes. Turtle, you're dying in 5 miles. Turtle, you're cooked. You're dead. You're not gonna wear shoes. You're gonna walk on asphalt for days. Pebbles just stabbing your feet.
Walk even starts. The only reason I would bring a pair of sneakers is for some backup.
Oh, I'm gonna wear those Kanye West sock shoes. They're very comfortable, free-flowing.
Shoes in case my boots wore out. But to be honest, they're probably lasting longer than me anyways. Now the boys still have a long way to go, and if I start power walking too soon...
Heelys, that's gotta be a violation. I don't think you could have wheels on your shoes.
Long way to go. And if I start power walking too soon, then I'm gonna get tired way too early. But everybody has a watch that shows exactly how fast they're going. So if the only rule is that I can't go slower than 3 miles per hour, then I'm gonna just walk at 3.1 the entire time. See? Easy. And if I catch a warning...
It's too easy. It's too easy to say that. You can't hover at 3.1 because your body's not going to be able to accurately regulate what 3.1 miles per hour is. There's going to be multiple moments where you hover down to 2.9. You get a warning. You probably want to hover around like 3.3. Realistically, like, give yourself a little leeway.
Then maybe I'll speed it up to 3.2 miles per hour. But as long as I'm clear, then it's slow and steady wins the race. But that's not the only reason I'm walking slow. I'm over here playing chess while these other dudes playing checkers. Because at the back of the group, the other guys are blocking the wind, which actually...
You're getting into the fucking aerodynamics, bro. You're getting into the fucking... What, like we're geese flying through the fucking wind right now? I don't think that that's playing a factor. I don't think that the aerodynamic I don't think air resistance, you're not getting Mario Kart Slipstream walking behind this guy. You're not, I don't think that's going to be meaningful enough to matter at any moment.
It makes it even easier for me to avoid getting tired. And the best part is
unless it's actually windy outside.
Don't even know that they're helping me while I'm just sitting in the back chilling the whole time. And then getting to the end of this should be quite easy. At 5 miles in, they notice that Stebbins takes his first warning, and my guy Hank starts trying to pick apart his strategy. The others don't see the vision, but he can tell that Captain America back there knows exactly what the hell he's doing. And so far, the dude's not even breaking a sweat. Eventually, they get to a bridge where that creepy dude Barkovich suddenly comes to a stop. He's saying that there's a rock in his boot and takes a hell of a long time to get it out, but he gets up before the soldiers send him off to go night-night. Buddy starts acting like it was all part of his plan, but the others say if that's true, then his plan f***ing sucks. And he storms off all mad to go walk it off by himself. Now they're 7 miles into the hike, with only 1 more to go before they get to Eminem's house, and the boys start talking about what they'd do with the money if they'd win. But my boy Ray here says that he's not just doing it for the Skrilla. He's here on some big fight the system type and starts breaking it down for the other guys so that they can peep game. Basically,
oh yeah, they get unlimited money and they also get 1 wish. I forgot to say that. They get 1 wish that has to be granted, like a genie. Almost. Something that's like feasibly possible, but it has to be like just any wish, really. Like you could be like, I want to go to fucking Australia. I want to go this place.
They say the game is voluntary, but even though the losers...
Yeah, you could ask for unlimited bacon.
...get killed, everyone still signs up. So if things are so bad that this is their only way out, then they never really had a choice.
Somebody said unlimited women. That's funny that you say that, because this guy says that he wants 10 hot naked women, and all of the other guys go, you could just pay for that. And he's like, well, but then I know they wouldn't want to be with me. And they all go, well, if you wish for 10 hot naked women, somebody's paying the 10 hot naked women to come sleep with you. So, like, either way, they're getting paid to sleep with you. It's like... So they just start shitting on each other's wishes.
Voluntary, but even though the losers get killed, everyone still signs up. So if things are so bad that this is their only way out, then they never really had a choice in the first place. The others all agree that that is some real talk, which makes Ray here sound like some kind of Greek philosopher. But Pete still wants to get the cash so he can help his friends out back home. That's when this nerdy dude Harkness comes up from the back of the group and says he's decided to write a book about the whole experience. Typical nerds, always trying to make things into a homework assignment. But so far they haven't had any casualties until all of a sudden Malcolm in the middle here starts getting a cramp. And just like that, these boys are about to see their first body. Ray grabs the dude and tries to keep him up, but after a few seconds, Curly starts to crack, and there's nothing they can do to...
I think it was like they all tried helping him too, which was nice, but in the back of my head, dude, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, if you are cramping out at mile 5, it's over. Even if you get past that cramp, if you have any problems in the first 50 miles, it's over.
Make him keep going. Terrified, he falls to the ground, begging for mercy, but the soldiers just walk up and one-tap him as soon as time runs out. And that makes one...
And what's fucking nuts is they don't do some Five Nights at Freddy's shit where, like, they shoot him and it's off camera. They show it. They show every single death. Like a guy, like head fucking exploding out of, oh my God. And it's just right fucking close up, the only thing in frame.
Walker down?
Dude, the most disgusting part, I don't know if he's going to mention it. It's like when you have to, like, 20 hours in, they're all like, dude, we got to take a shit. What do we do? Because pissing, they just turn around. Pete does it early on. He goes, I got to take a piss. So he starts walking backwards, pulls his pants down, and just starts peeing. And everybody has to disperse because they don't want to get pissed on. So, but taking a shit, it's hard because, like, you can't walk and poop. And then one guy gets, like, the shits. And that's bad.
With 49 more to go.
All right, now that's some real traumatizing right there. And I'm not gonna lie, now that things are getting real, I'd be starting to regret my decisions about starting this in the first place.
Just poop in a bag. Zod. You got a bag. You're gonna be going... 3 miles an hour? 3 miles an hour. You're going to be able to... 3 miles an hour, you're going to be able to walk fast enough and fucking take a shit in a bag. No way. No way.
But Ray's over here talking about all this we didn't have a choice stuff. Like, buddy, you had to sign up for this voluntarily. That's literally the definition of a choice. But I get what he's saying, you know, on paper or whatever. Ray didn't choose the thug life chose him. But maybe he should have spent less time reading books and more time
I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was effectively saying that, like, the situation's so bad that you have the choice of signing up, but you would be an idiot not to.
And his money up. Because then he'd be home watching Curly get smoked from the comfort of his living room. Now, just because there's some hypothetical universe where I was dumb enough to sign up for this doesn't mean I'm dumb enough to stick around. And after 7 miles, I'm already gonna be tired as and reality is going to start setting in that I might not be built for this after all. And even with Curly down, I've still only got like a 2% chance of winning, so personally I'd rather take my chances and try to escape. But I'd just get blasted if I try to run, so I need to convince everyone to join me first. Basically, I'd just point out that they all have only a 2% chance of surviving as well, and then secretly make a plan to rush the soldiers.
This is the worst strategy I've ever heard. Hey, we all only have a 2% chance of surviving. Let's all just rush them, and we'll win. They can't kill all of us because then there's no winner. Oh, okay. One guy could just be like, yeah, no, I'm definitely down. Just don't run. Everybody else gets shot. You instant win. What?
The next time we have a good opportunity. I'm thinking we wait until it's nighttime and they're out in the middle of nowhere, and then we all work together to take down the guards. There's only about, 6 or 7 of these guys? And there's still 49 of us. And I'll be honest, our chances of winning the fight are pretty small, but...
Yeah, but they're not gonna want to do that because the reason they're partaking in this isn't because they're trying to change the system. They just want money. And if they kill all the guards, they're just gonna end up getting rushed by the militias that come for reinforcements.
They've got to be better than 2%, right? Now, if you trusted me, that was your biggest mistake. I mean, seriously, there's no way we could take those soldiers. Those guys have tanks. But once the chaos breaks out, I'ma just use everybody as a meat shield, dip into the forest, move to Canada, and change my name. And then I'm never walking more than 50 feet in any direction ever again. They've been walking for hours when Pete finally decides to empty the tank, but since he can't stop, he just turns around and let it rip straight at the other guys. Now they're on mile 17, and Ray tells Pete that he's feeling a little tired, but on the bright side, only 48 more people need to die before he gets to sit down. Pete's feeling it as well, but he tells Ray that the trick for getting through it is to just take things one moment at a time. After a while, they pass a little girl who came out to cheer for Ray like he's one of the damn Jonas Brothers. The others start making fun of him for it, but Pete decides that they should all be on some best friends forever type shit and try to get along instead. So that's how Ray, Pete, Hank, and Art became the Four Musketeers. But of course, Barkovich has to chime in with his little 2 cents just to let everyone know that he is still annoying. That's when Hank starts feeling like something's wrong with his leg, but then out of nowhere, Walker number 1 drops.
Yo, he just starts seizing out. Oh my God. Yo, like a heat stroke or something.
To the floor and starts having a seizure. But there ain't no nurse's office on this field trip, so they just blow his head off as soon as time runs out, and that makes 2 walkers down with 48 more to go. By now, they've been walking for 25 miles, and that's basically an entire-ass marathon, and they aren't stopping anytime soon. The boys start wondering if Barkovich still has his 3 warnings, but he chirps back that he's back down.
I was saying my strategy would be to, because it's like, they're in the south, so it's pretty warm, so even at night, it's not that cold, and you could tell it's like either spring or summer, so I would probably, you would be more dehydrated, but I think I would walk with no pants on, so every time I needed to shit, I would just fucking shit, you know, like down my leg. It would be disgusting, but like, I would never need to pull my pants down. I would just poop or piss. I would just walk straight, piss all over myself. Who cares? You know, just keep walking. Mosquitoes, don't care. Mosquitoes are the least of your problems.
To none, which is when Pete pulls out some kind of tin can full of raw deer meat, and it disgusts Hank so bad that his leg cramp starts coming back. They all start walking a little slower until it passes, but my boy Hank just keeps screwing it all up, and he drops the last little tube full of rations that was supposed to get him through the day. But Ray comes in clutch and gives Hank one of his, because that's just what the Musketeers do. Barkovich starts picking on this kid named Rank for his objectively stupid name, and he rage baits him with a bunch of yo mama jokes until he finally takes a swing. But Barkovich just keeps dodging him like Neo from The Matrix until
Yo, this part was actually kind of funny. Because Barkovich is just like, yo, your name's stupid as fuck. I bet your mom's a bitch. And Rank immediately crashes out, tries to punch him, warning 1, misses. Tries to punch him, warning 2, misses, slides against the asphalt, fucks up his face, and then just eats shit and dies. It's like, everybody's like, Barkovich, you're a murderer. You're a murderer, Barkovich. And it's like, yeah, it's right that Barkovich did rage bait this guy into dying, but like, I mean, the fact that Rank fell for that is like such a weak mentality.
He finally trips and ends up cheese grating his face on the pavement. The others already know what's about to happen, and when Rank can't get up, the soldiers just pull up and dome him right on the spot, making 3 walkers down with 47 more to go. Whoever let Rank sign up for the walk must have really hated Dude, because, I mean, come on, all it takes is one look at the guy to tell that he never stood a chance. I mean, at least...
Actually, though, like, I'm not trying to make fun of this guy as, like, an actor, but, like, they cast and made him perfect role, the clothing, the hairstyle. Bro, you could tell, looking at this guy, you're like, I know he's not winning. I know he's not winning.
He was skinny, but this ain't a trip to summer camp. You need a little bit of that killer instinct to get by, which Buddy here obviously did not have. Like, bro, I'm not about to let some dude named Gary Barkovich get in my head. So if he started trolling me, I'ma just ignore him and keep on walking, because why am I worried about this dude when there's a squad of guys with machine guns waiting to light me up? And you can tell homeboy here was an easy target from the way he reacted, because anybody who went to public school knows you never show a bully that it's getting to you. So nah, I would just block it out and use the thought of him getting body bagged as my motivation to keep.
Or if you, like, really didn't care, what I was saying is, like, if I was Rank and I really wanted Barkovich to die and I knew I was going to lose, just fucking put him in a full Nelson. You know? You could take somebody down with you. You would get a warning for impeding against somebody else, but the warning against the other person still stands. So, like, if I tackled Barkovich to the ground, we both die.
Going. And just...
You'd have to catch him. I would just tell him, if you keep fucking with me, I will kill us both.
Just because you took a little spill doesn't mean you just give up. Like, rub some dirt in it and get back to walking, my boy. Because my legs would deadass have to be broken before I just sat there and let it happen. But I could actually use this to my advantage as well, because there's nothing in the rules against trolling other players, and even if some of these guys are more athletic, I know I've got them beat when it comes to talking shit. So now, I wouldn't want to get everyone mad at me first, because it's still good to have some friends so you can help each other out.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, you don't need to make friends, but you don't want to make enemies, because they could ruin your game.
But anyone from the outside of the friend group is fair game. So I'm gonna start looking for the easiest targets, figuring out what they're most insecure about, and then start trolling them non-stop for the rest of the game. And according to the rules, anyone who attacks another player gets a violation. So all I've got to do is get someone mad enough to take a swing, and I'll...
Bad play, bad play, bad play, bad play. Anybody who attacks another player gets a violation. All right, I made my spoon they gave me into a shiv, and I just stabbed you in the jugular. You're now bleeding out on the ground, and I have one warning. You rage baited me for 3 days. I'm kind of hallucinating because I'm on a lack of sleep, and I no longer care, and I just kill you.
I'll be one step...
Like, no weapons, Joe? They get... Dude, they... Zod. Spoiler. I'll say it. Barkovich, at one point, feels really bad about rank dying and starts kind of tripping, and he knows he's going to lose, and he doesn't like that he has no friends, so he walks in front of the pack and kills himself in front of everybody. He goes, "You'll be with me forever," and then stabs himself in the jugular, and they all watch him die. They have no weapons, Zod. How did he stab himself? He made a shiv with a spoon, which is, that happens in the movie.
Closer to winner chicken dinner. And I mean, sure, yeah, it's not the most honorable way to do it, but I'm not afraid to use dirty tactics if that's what I got to do to survive. And since there can only be one winner, I'm gonna make sure I do whatever it takes to get the advantage. The boys all start blaming Barkovich for what happened, even though he's trying to act like he didn't do anything wrong. But now he's easily the most hated guy in the game, and everyone else is just waiting to see him get smoked. Things calm down for a little bit until word starts going around that...
Oh, what really fucks with Barkovich is Pete goes, "I don't care if I win, I just tell you that I'm living past you." Like something along those lines. Pete literally goes, he's like... At one point, there's like 8 of them left, and he says something, and he's like, all right, well, like, he mentions numbers, and he leaves out one, and it's Barkovich, because he mentioned, like, an hour prior, he was like, I don't care if I die, I'm just not dying before him.
Walker 45 has the Hershey squirts, and that's...
Oh, this part's kind of funny, though.
That's when my boy just drops his pants and starts letting it rip right there in the middle of the screen. And I mean, hey, what else are you gonna do here? There's no time to wipe unless he wants to get killed, but he can't hold off the chocolate thunder from down under, and they end up blowing his head off mid-dookie without a moment's hesitation, making 4 walkers down with 46 more to go. Now they're 35 miles in.
The fuck thing about that, too, is like, he poops like 5 times. And they go like, oh shit, look, he has the shits. It's bad. And he, like, smells really bad. He keeps pulling his pants down. Bro, just why are you wearing skinny jeans? Why are you wearing skinny jeans? Hey, Ma, we're going to the long walk today. I'm going to put on my fucking skinny jeans from Old Navy. What? Out of everything, bro, wear sweatpants. Sweatpants or jeans. You know, loose, baggy jeans. So ones that you can take off. Cargo pants, shorts. I don't know.
It's getting close to nighttime.
Some baggy shit.
Notices that Ray's got something on his mind, but he said...
They didn't have those back then. This is the 70s. They had sweatpants in the 70s.
Says that he'll tell him in the morning, so they've got something to look forward to. He breaks out some of these homemade cookies and starts dreaming about being back at home with his mom, but suddenly he wakes up a few hours later, and Pete says that he's been sleepwalking for miles. Everything seems to be going fine until Ray gets his second warning, and Barkovich starts chiming in with his usual bullshit.
That's when Ray trips and gets warning number 3. But even though Pete helps him up, he starts cracking under the pressure and spazzing out on his own boys.
Yeah, bro, because he's got 3 warnings. If he fucking falls back again in the next 3 hours, he's dead.
Now it's time for their greatest challenge yet, a hill. And Stebbins says that they're about to start dropping like flies. The place
Yeah, he said, I think he said something along the lines of like, last year 12 people died on this hill. Or like 15. He was like, more than half of the people left die here. Because it's like a fucking 300-meter stretch of just like a full incline. Natty, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Clinton, Lion, Didi, Spite, Pepper for the sub, Juke for the 3. Take a shit ton of laxatives everyone to demotivate the opposition. Skater and It's for the sub, Gooper for the 4. I know you like Rivals more. Have you played Overwatch recently? No. Smoker for the sub. When is God of War? Don't know. At some point, but I have no idea when. Could be a year. Could be 6 months. I don't know. Sausage Glancing. It's Coda for the sub. Julie for the 3. How do you get people to TwitchBot in your chat? It's not an application right now. We did have applications. Now it's usually mod recommendations. Johnny for the 3. Have you ever tried PCP? No. Lloyd, thank you for the tier 2. Ace for the 3. Trying to break the world record for the youngest. He was 17. What are you talking about? Yeah, as for the sub. The winner. The Ace for the 3. Try to beat the Guinness World Record for the youngest marathon runner. He's 17. Wish me good luck. Oh, good luck. Morton Jack for the sub. RQ Mr. Bach for the sub, Tyler Durr for the sub, Azzy and VL for the sub, Will, A4 and Saber for the sub, Monkey for the 3. Bedwatch, this is 21, top 3% of viewers. Well, thank you for the support. Chaz for the sub, Leo for the 3. Bedwatch for the Wild Palm Purpose, Brick Frey, Names for the sub, Remick for the 3, MJ for the 3, Lego for the sub, WF for the sub, Joe Bar for the sub, Nav for the 3, Schlee for the 3, Lol and ZTR for the sub, Lucky and Mikey for the sub, Lena for the sub.
Starts sounding like a Call of Duty match as anyone who slows down gets blasted.
I gotta piss. I gotta piss so bad. I'm sorry. Count me down 30 seconds. We're back. Tooth for the sub, Daddy for the 3, Abby for the 3. Chad, I gotta take a piss sometimes. I say 30 seconds. I know it's gonna take a while. You could leave the stream if you can't wait 2 minutes. Abby for the 3. Gaming main channel, we're on the top 0.1% of WAD watchers. Well, thank you for the fucking support, bro. Lena and Mike and Lucky for the sub. Chat, lock in.
And Barkovich starts sounding like a Call of Duty match as anyone who slows down gets blasted, and Barkovich is still yapping the entire time. All Ray can do is lock in and ignore the rifle pointed straight at his face, but when he's about to give up, Pete grabs his arm and helps him push through. Ray apologizes for losing his cool, but Pete's already squashed the beef. And Art and Hank survived the climb too, so it looks like the Musketeers are still going strong. Only 18 of them.
Bro, in Art, it's this guy. Is his name Art? I don't know which one's Art.
Still going strong. Only
they usually refer to each other by the people refer to them by their numbers. This guy chews a singular piece of gum the entire time. The entire time. He's like, me and the gum got to make it together. Dude, that shit gets stale an hour in. You're 35 hours in chewing on the same piece of gum.
Hank survived the climb too, so it looks like the Musketeers.
Flavor's gone, dude. It would turn into a rock.
Tears are still going strong. Only 18 of them survive until the morning, and now they're 59 miles in, with every step getting harder and harder. Alright, now the fellas just survived their first night, and if I was able to make it through that, then I'd be starting to feel a lot more confident about my chances of winning this entire thing. But since we're down to only 18 survivors, I officially have a 5% chance of winning. And that's still not great, but it's better than nothing.
Not great, that's ass! That's ass. More than half of the people are dead, bro. You still got a fucking 1 in 20.
Right? And honestly, I gotta try to look on the bright side because after walking 60 fucking miles nonstop, I'm gonna be the most exhausted that I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I don't know if you fully realize this, but that's 2 marathons without stopping. So unless I gave myself an adamantium skeleton like Wolverine, my legs, knees, hips, ankles, hell, everything are gonna feel like they're on fire. And my feet are gonna be so covered in bloody blisters. So yeah,
you're gonna be bleeding like crazy. They're not mentioning that. Like, you're regardless of what shoes you're wearing, your feet are going to be so fucked.
When this is all over, I'm gonna need one hell of a spa day. So it's understandable why Ray crashed out on his boys, but honestly right now, that's the worst possible thing you could do. Now I know we're all in a competition here, but as soon as I saw that hill coming up, I would be making sure that I was best friends with everybody, because I'm gonna need somebody to help me if I start looking like I'm gonna go down. But here's the thing, the hill might be scary, but just like everything else, the right strategy makes this whole thing easy. And that's why you're gonna catch me at the back of the pack, because just like before, I'm letting the other—
That's why you're gonna catch me at the back of the pack. Just like the aerodynamics video that I showed you of the cow walking through the wind, I'm going to be getting a lot easier of a walk than the other people. They're gonna be pushing through the wind that I'll be briskly gliding through.
Other guys take the wind to make my life slightly—
Yo, it's not the wind. It's not the wind. Oh my God. The wind, bro, it's the fact that you're walking up a 45-degree incline fighting against gravity. It's not the air resistance that's fucking killing people. It's that you're walking for 24 hours straight. It's the middle of the night, it's fucking raining, and it's hilly.
Easier, and then all I gotta do is get into a rhythm and power through. But what's scarier to me is the stuff that I can't control, like needing to sleep and go to the bathroom. Obviously, I would just try and stay awake and hold it in for as long as humanly possible, and that's probably gonna work for a day or two, but we need a backup plan just in case nature calls. You know, taking a shit is gonna be easy because, like, just let it rip as you keep on walking. I mean, it's completely disgusting, right? And embarrassing as hell, but it's better than getting capped while you're squeezing one out. So personally, I'm gonna be spreading it down the road like an old dog and just keep it pushing. But sleep though, that's gotta be the real challenge because eventually I'm gonna get tired. But this one's easy too if you've got the right strategies.
Yo, he's so in on aerodynamics. I'm just waiting for him to be like, and now that I think about it, I'd actually walk into the battle with a latex suit on to reduce my drag within the wind and make the walk even easier for me. I'm gonna nair every hair on my body. Every hair on my body, and I'm going to wear a slick morph suit.
So for me, I would just team up with a group of guys and work together so we could sleep one at a time. I'm not saying that we'll get the full—
Well, you don't really sleep. It's like this weird— you would be able to rest, but that's what it is. Like they kind of start sleepwalking. They have to carry each other, kind of.
8 hours, probably like 30 seconds at best, but every little bit helps. And when this is all—
You would micro sleep.
Over, I'm gonna be laid up in the bed for a week.
What animals do that? There's animals that micro sleep.
Straight. Pete asks Ray if he thinks...
Now I gotta Google that. I'm sorry, this is taking us forever to watch this video. It's interesting, though. What animals... Is it birds? I don't think dolphins do. Dolphins don't microsleep. I'm pretty sure they shut off half their brain. Birds like chinstrap penguins, which take thousands of 4-second naps, trying to stay alert for predators and care for their young. Oh, dolphins do ununihemispheric sleep, where they turn off half of their brain. Insects like fruit flies. Okay, well, I don't give a fuck about fruit flies.
That he's going to make it, but honestly, he's been having some doubts, and Pete admits that he gave up on winning a long time ago. He says,
"Ooh, yeah, he said at some point he's just going to sit down."
That he wanted to believe that they wouldn't actually kill everyone because I guess he forgot that this is literally a death game. But now that reality came knocking, he doesn't think that he has what it takes to outlast the others. At mile 67, they come up on 2 kids on bikes who are about to witness something traumatizing. Everyone is feeling a little tense, and Hank's barely holding on, but that's when Harkness gets his first...
Yo, that motherfucker should have gave up miles ago. He breaks his foot walking up the hill like 8 hours prior. Breaks his foot. Fucking snaps. He's walking on a stub and his fucking foot is just hanging the other way, right? Like if this is his foot and he's walking like this, it's like his foot's to the side. He's walking on like the stub of his foot. And at some point he's like, I can't keep going. I'm like, yo, the second you broke your foot, you should have just sat down. Like you're not winning.
Warning, he snapped the out of his ankle back on the hill, and he's been walking on the bloody stump ever since. But it looks like he's finally reached the end of the line. The dude starts crying as he realizes what's about to happen, and everyone else knows that he's already done for. So Art starts shouting at the kids to look away, but they just sit there and watch as the soldiers blow his head schmoove off, making 33 walkers down with 17 more to go. Pete and Ray didn't like watching the nerd get done dirty, but Stebbins and Barkovich both start mouthing off again. And the truth is, only one of them gets to survive, so they better get comfortable watching people they like get smoked. And with that, they've officially made it 100 miles, which is when Art notices that
that's almost 4 marathons. Back to back.
Major still seems like he's not even tired, but Stebbins says the guy gets to sleep and take showers, so he's living the life of luxury while they're out there fighting to survive. Ray notices that Stebbins has a little cough, but he plays it off like it's just his allergies. But then all of a sudden, this one dude tries to dip out and make a run for it, but the soldiers light him up before he even makes it past the sidewalk, making 34 walkers down with 16 more to go.
Oh my god. All right, now I'm sorry, but this dude should have just dropped out at the beginning and saved everyone the trouble. Like, that was honestly the worst escape attempt that I've ever seen. And
I get him trying to escape in the city, but it's like, yo, like, actually, best case, he should have just dipped at night into the woods when, like, there's low visibility and he would be able to, like, duck behind trees.
Could have at least given us a fucking heads up first, like, damn. Maybe.
Yo, Natty, thank you for the 5 gifted. Fart KXO, Camp Doodler, Jay for the sub, Natty, RL, Johnny, and Rosia for the sub.
Yeah, I wanted to escape, but now they're all gonna be ready for it. But anyways, I don't know what the guy was thinking, but he obviously hasn't been playing enough COD, because otherwise he'd know that glass doesn't stop bullets. Well, unless it's bulletproof glass, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, genuinely though, what was Bro's plan here? To run in a straight...
I think he should have darted behind the car. Maybe dodge a few of the bullets and then kind of bounce behind the building and just run.
Straight line and not even try to find cover. That door was probably locked anyway. So my man was clearly better at walking than coming up with ideas. But it got me thinking, how would I have done this? Well, honestly, at this point, I've already been walking for 100 miles, so my legs aren't exactly feeling fresh. And with only 16 players left, I'd have to be pretty dumb to even try. I mean, these guys literally have machine guns and tanks, so what the hell am I even supposed to do here? But maybe, just maybe, there's a way that we could pull it off. Now, if you want to do this successfully, the backup plan has to start before you even entered the game. So I'm gonna get one of my boys from the outside to make a signal, like a certain wave or a little dance I could hit to let them know that it's time. Then I would tell them to check the TV every hour, and if they see me hitting the Dougie, it'll be their sign to meet me a few miles up the road. But as for me, I would wait until it was...
What, you're gonna get in a getaway car? Bro, they're in military vehicles. They're gonna fucking blow you up.
It's nighttime and we were out in the middle of nowhere and then wait for a good distraction like one of the other players getting popped. Then
there is also restrictions. Like, they close these roads off. There's people that are allowed to, like, spectate on the side, but, like, you wouldn't be able to just, like, pull up in a car. Natty, thank you for the 5 subs.
I would just dip out as fast as I could into the woods and use the nature around me for cover, ducking behind trees and rocks and shit until I was able to lose the soldiers, make it to the getaway car, and get the hell up out of there. But to be honest, I'm probably not even making it more than 10 feet, even with the best plan that I could think of. So right now, it's probably better to just stick around and try to actually win this thing. By mile 103, they start—
Where's this taking place? I think it's in, like, Arkansas or somewhere. It's, like, somewhere in the South.
They're talking about what they would wish for if they win. Ray says you're supposed to wish for something that money can't buy. And when it's Pete's turn, he says that he's gonna wish for the walk to have 2 winners. That way, not everybody has to get capped. Now they want to know what Ray would wish for, but he decides that he doesn't want to jinx it by saying it out loud, so all he'll say is that he wants his wish to change the world. They make it through the night without—
No, and he says, I think he says he would tell Ray, like, the next day. And he said he would spoiler. I mean, if you're this far in, you don't really care about spoilers. He says he would wish for a carbine. And they would have to give it to him on the spot, and he would shoot the major in the head.
Not any more bodies dropping, but
and they wouldn't kill him because you're the winner and everybody cares about— that'd be like you killing the Hunger Games winner. Like, people would be pissed.
At mile 144, it's pretty obvious that Stebbins, yeah, he ain't doing so well. Things get pretty tense when Art has to pull over for a quick dookie, but he's able to get it out before he catches one to the face. Now that they're alone, Pete asks Ray about that wish again, but he says that he'll only tell him if he keeps it a secret. It turns out that his dad used to show him all kinds of stuff that the government didn't like, but one night, 12 kicked in the door, waving the 4-4, and dragged Pops out into the street. They gave him one last chance to be a good NPC, but my boy decided to stand his ground, so they blew his face off right there on the spot. That's why Ray decided to join the walk, because if he wins, he's gonna wish for a rifle and use it to slime the major live on TV. Pete starts pointing out some flaws in his plan, like how his dad would still be around if he just lied, and he doesn't think that Ray actually has what it takes to kill someone. He thinks it's more important to actually appreciate their lives instead of going around looking for revenge. But Ray is convinced—
Yo, this movie is so fucking peak, bro.
—that his only choice is to slide for his old man. They pass a family of rednecks watching from the side of the road, and Ray says that they're only here to watch somebody get murked. But Pete reminds him that they all live in the same messed up country, and if Ray doesn't believe that there's still good in the world, then there's no reason even trying to win. Up ahead, they see a rainbow in the distance, and this makes old Pete start feeling a little emotional, so he grabs Ray by the shoulder.
Yo, I remember rewatching this scene because it was supposed to be an emotional scene about the rainbow, and all I could focus on was this kid looking like he just shit his pants in the front.
Up ahead, they see a rainbow in the distance, and this makes old Pete start feeling a little
fucking like hobbling.
So he grabs Ray by the shoulder and decides that they should be more than just friends. By now, they're pretty much brothers, but in the end, somebody's got to be an only child.
Okay.
Ooh, that's cold.
Okay, well, now I understand why Ray was dumb enough to sign up, because his dad was a total idiot as well. So I hate to say it, but Ray's entire family has f***ed up here. I mean, we all break the rules sometimes, you know?
Yo, this guy is fucking... He's like, I don't care about the emotional shit. Yo, this family's fucking stupid. Ray signed up like a dumbass because his dad's a dumbass.
But when you're a grown man with a wife and kid, you gotta be a little more careful. If there's one thing you don't want to mess with, it's the government. Especially when you live in some kind of 1984 world where you could just get smoked for just owning—
Natty, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you for being a sub. Thank you for the 20 gifteds. Appreciate the fucking support, Natty44.
A book.
Thank you for the fucking gifteds. Our Schultz and Amo for the sub.
A rebel is all fun and games until a legit military death squad kicks your door down. And at least for me, I would have immediately started acting like the most patriotic American that these guys have ever seen. But I don't think you're really hearing me. I'm saying I would have turned into Stan Smith the moment these fuckers showed up. No troublemakers here, sir. Just 3 people who love the good old red, white, and blue. Because honestly, how hard is it to just lie? The guy's got a blicky to your—
I'm not doing any more channel point redemptions today. Refund Hondi.
Your dome.
Goop for the 3. Why don't you even try longer games like Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate? Because my chat would hate it.
So this isn't the time to be making a statement. I'd be saying,
yo, throw it in
whatever.
sub only and fucking ban that kid, please. Jesus Christ. It's just so bad, bro. The amount of fucking spam is unreal. Like, literally, I'm going to ban these 3 chatters that are just typing random fucking numbers. Like, just leave, bro.
I needed to just make sure these dudes
keep it in sub only for the rest of this video.
Go away. And then as soon as they were gone, I'd just go right back to doing my OG shit. But since Dad had to go fight the system, that gave Ray this bright idea to go follow in his footsteps, and look how that turned out. He could be back at home watching this all on TV, but now he'll be lucky just to survive. So sorry, Ray, but you and your daddy done f***ed up. By mile 170, the boys are barely holding on, and Walker number 4's feet are starting to look like ground beef. When he can't handle the pain, he tries going up to a tank for some help, but the soldiers just run his freaking legs over and
oh my god, I forgot about this shit. Yo, like, he goes up to the tank for help. I thought they would just kick him off, bro. They just run him over.
Blast him in the head. Just 2 seconds later, this dude Tressler starts ripping off his clothes like he's about to turn into a werewolf. But the second he hits the side of the road, the soldiers just mow him down, making 36 walkers down with 14 more to go. By mile 201, another 7 walkers have gone down, leaving only 7 still in the game. It's nighttime again, and Ray is still holding on, but it looks like Hank could be the next to go. Stebbins chimes in that he looks ready to give up, so Ray goes over to—
Nah, bro. Yo. Chat, I know we're watching the whole film's, like, summary right now. It is so much more, like, gritty right here. Stebbins, because you're watching this, you're like an hour and a half into the film. You know all these characters. Stebbins walks in. He goes, hey, Ray, you exhausted? And Ray's like, yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. He goes, you're not exhausted. He goes, look at Hank. Hank can't even speak. He starts like, and then it zooms in on Hank. Hank hasn't spoken in like 30 minutes in the show or in the movie, which is like days. Like Hank hasn't spoken in a day. He's barely walking. He like lost his tooth. He's fucking losing his mind.
To check on his man, but the dude is completely out of it. And after dropping some quick philosophical bars, he runs up to one of the tanks and grabs somebody's rifle. But they blast him and let him bleed out to set an example for the others. Art can't handle watching his buddy suffer, so Ray has to come pull him off before they both get killed. But there's nothing they can do besides keep going, so that makes 44 walkers down, with only 6 more to go. They make it another few miles before anyone's ready to talk again, and to make things even worse, this guy Collie tells everyone that Hank actually had a wife. That makes him the only married man in the entire group, and he can't believe the dude would risk it when he had somebody like that back at home. Pete decides they should all promise to give some money to Hank's wife if they survive, and even Stebbins finally agrees. It turns out he was actually getting sick after all, but he still thinks that there's a chance that he can win. Now at this point, you might have forgotten that crazy old Barkovich is still alive, and he's personally offended that Pete didn't ask him to join the club, so he goes up to Ray and starts trying to apologize.
Yo, and this is like some fucking psycho. Dude, it feels like a Joker scene. Oh, it's the most replayed scene. This feels like a Joker scene, bro. He grabs Ray and he's like, I gotta be part of the friend group, right? Like, you guys hate me, but like, I didn't mean to make fun of that rank kid like 3 days ago. It's like, it's not my fault that he's dead. He's fucking like sitting doing like, it's like a 10-minute scene too. He's like right next to his face, like whispering in his ear. It's so creepy. And the whole time I'm like, I'd be worried he would stab me.
But the more this guy talks, the more it's obvious why he doesn't have any friends. I mean, he's nuttier than a squirrel fart on a winter's day, and says that he can't keep the voices out of his head, so Ray just tries playing it cool so the dude doesn't snap. He's finally able to get rid of him without the guy doing anything crazy, but just when it seems like he's—
Yeah, no, and the whole time, dude, Pete's 3 feet away. Barkovich is going, can you ask Pete if I could be a part of the friend group? Like some fucking second grader shit. And Ray goes, yeah, man, I'll ask him. And he walks like 2 feet over to Pete and he goes, Barkovich wants to be a part of the friend group. The whole time Pete fucking hears what they're talking about. It's like so weird.
Finally starting to get it together, he walks straight to the front of the group and decides to quit the competition early, making 40—
Yo, quit the competition early, bro. He fucking cuts his neck open in front of all of them. And he says some weird ass shit. He's like, I'll be with you guys forever.
5 walkers down.
Just traumatizes all of them.
Only 5 more to go. Alright, now I might be wrong for saying this, but at least they don't have to deal with that guy anymore. We're officially down to the last 5 walkers, which means that we now all have a 20% chance of winning. But as you can see, more and more of these dudes is starting to crack. Now, we all knew that Barkovich was crazy from the beginning, but you're probably wondering what happened with Captain Underpants over here. Well, I'll tell you. It's called paradoxal undressing. And basically, it's what happens when somebody goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They just rip off all their clothes and start running around like a crazy person. So yeah, walking nonstop for almost 200 miles will do that to you. And now we're not just talking about the physical challenge of walking anymore, because the mental side of things is going to be just as hard. So I'd need to make sure that I don't end up going nuts this close to the finish line. But actually, it's really not that hard as you might think. So what I'm gonna do now is start picking something up ahead, like a tree or a sign, and just stay focused on getting there. Then keep repeating that process one little bit at a time. And this is when I'm gonna start blocking everything out. So if one of these guys gets capped, no they didn't. They just went on an all-inclusive vacation to Aruba. And as a matter of fact, that's where I am too. You see, now—
So you would purposefully make yourself insane and ignore them? I think it's easier said than done. Because the connections you would build in this game would be so rapid. Like, Pete and Ray basically go from strangers to best friends in 3 days. Because you're just you're like both, you're trauma bonded. You know, like you're both experiencing something that's fucking insane. And you already are friendly with each other. It's
now
like,
I can't get tired because
you couldn't just ignore that.
in my head, I'm already at the beach just kicking back and chilling. And if I just refuse to accept reality, then the other players, yeah, they ain't gonna stand a chance. At mile 260, they passed
10 marathons, back to back 10 marathons.
by a flaming car crashed on the side of the road. Khalid decides this moment calls for a sing-along, and they all start singing "Oh My Darling Clementine" in honor of Hank's wife. Now it's sunrise on day number 5, and they're getting close to the town where Ray's family lives. Khalid says he's lucky for getting to see his mom, and he's pissed that he won't get the same chance again before he dies. But Pete thinks that seeing her is only going to make things worse. At mile 286, they finally make it to Freeport, but Ray's boots fall apart as soon as he gets to town, so he has to ditch them and start walking in his soggy socks, which is when he turns to see his mother watching from the side of the road. It's a heartbreaking moment, but instead of passing her,
Oh
Ray
my god, this scene made me cry, bro.
turns around and starts saying that he's sorry until Pete finally comes to pull him back. He's having a full-blown panic attack about having to leave her, so Pete starts telling him a story about his childhood. He says his parents both died in the war, so he had to go live with his drunk of an uncle. But then he died from drinking too much, so he fell in with a group of bad dudes and turned to a life of crime. One day he got into a scrap with a dude who sliced him up, and that's how he got his scars. But when he woke up in the hospital, he realized that it was time to turn his life around, which is why he always looks at things from the bright side. But he says it takes a lot of work not to go—
Pete saved him. Pete saves Ray like 10 times in the film.
back to his old ways. So he wants to use his prize money to help out other struggling kids. And if Ray wins, Pete says that he needs to give up on revenge and go back to his mom because he deserves to have a second chance instead of throwing it away. At mile 306, Stebbins decides it's time for—
Like, that is an unreal distance, bro. What is 300 miles? What's like distance from Pittsburgh? What's like a known thing? Like, what's Philly to New York? Philly to New York is only 94 miles. Okay, Philly to Boston. Philly to Boston. Philly to Boston distance. 306 miles. That is the exact distance that they're... So, if you could walk from Pennsylvania through New Jersey, through New York, through all of Connecticut, and through half of Massachusetts, and that's the distance they've walked. A 5-hour nonstop drive.
for a new deal. He says they need to stop helping each other and let nature take its course. And even though Pete doesn't like it, Ray agrees that he's probably right. The only one who hasn't said anything is Collie, and out of nowhere he rushes for a rifle and takes down one of the soldiers. They instantly shoot him in the gut, but he decides to quit the game before they can finish the job, and that makes 46 walkers down, with only 4 more to go. Alright, now we're down to the final 4, and I don't know who Stebbins thinks he is making demands over here, but he's clearly on death's door, and the boys have him outnumbered 3-1. So, honestly, why the hell would they listen to this guy? Of course, he wants them to stop working together because he knows it's the only chance he has of surviving until the end, but honestly, he's in no position to be calling the shots. So if it were me, I would try making him a deal. Think about it this way, right? Stebbins is getting sick.
I don't know, man. I feel like you could just rip a warning. Like, I think if I fucking dead-legged Stebbins here, he is fucked. Like, You get one warning for punching someone. If I walked up to Stebbins and I just fucking roundhouse him right in the kneecap, I think he is fucking instantly folding and he's not getting up. Like, I have a warning now. I'll walk for an hour straight, if he's dead.
So he doesn't have that much longer, but he's also got a fresh pair of sneaks that he'll probably never use. And Ray isn't going to make it much farther on his bare feet, so if I were Ray, I would agree that it's every man for himself, but only if Stebbins lets me have the shoes. Then it's actually a fair competition. And if he disagrees,
he would never agree with that. Then it would just be like, all right, let's keep walking.
I'll just keep working with the boys and take the shoes once he drops out.
At this point, they've been going for 324 miles, and now Art's nose is starting to bleed like a garden hose. Stebbins says that it's probably internal bleeding, and the other guys try to keep him up, but Art eventually cannot go on any longer and tells Pete that he should be proud for coming all this way. The boys say their goodbyes, and Art makes them promise to give his necklace to his grandmother, but now it's time for the Three Musketeers to become the Two, and the boys keep walking on as the soldiers take him out, making 47 down with only 3 more to go. At mile 326,
y'all gotta watch this movie. I don't care if you know the fucking ending, bro. It's so sad actually watching like that versus like hearing what happens versus actually seeing it. He literally goes, "You guys gotta promise me you won't look," and he's like, "You gotta promise me you won't look," and then they're like, "Okay." And then he fucking just walks and sits, and you see it in the back, but they're just like, they literally just go, and they hear the gunshot.
Major's still piping up with his motivational speakers. Ray starts cursing him out, but the dude's still treating it like a game show. And that's when Stebbins decides that it's time to reveal his secret. He starts comparing himself to the rabbit in a dog race, saying he's supposed to be like a machine that the other guys couldn't catch. It turns out the Major is actually this guy's dad, and he's got dozens of unwanted kids spread out all over the country. So Stebbins...
Yeah, he's like a bastard child. Stebbins is the Major's kid, but the Major, he thought the Major didn't know that he was his kid, but then he ends up saying like, oh, the Major knew the whole time. And what gives it away at the very start of the movie is he just calls your number and gives you your dog tag, and the only guy the Major says good luck to is Stebbins. The only guy. At least that's how I saw it. I would have to rewatch it to double check. But I remember in the beginning of the movie, I was watching it with Brooke. I was like, that's weird. The Major said good luck to only Stebbins. Like, out of everybody.
Wish was just for the guy to, like, finally treat him like a son. But now he can feel his body giving out. So instead of dying like a wild animal, he decides...
Body giving out, bro. He says, I remember he said, I feel my lungs filling with liquid. I'm gonna die.
To go out with some dignity. Before he goes, he warns the boys what to expect when they reach the finish line, but that's when he stops and takes his final warning, and the soldiers blow...
He says there's gonna be, he said there's spectators at the end, they want to see the last kill. He said just keep walking. He said it's gonna rain tonight or some shit. I love the rain. And then he just said, fucking do it, and then they kill him.
Blow him away as soon as his time is up, making 48 down with only 2 more to go. They've gone 331 miles when they hit their first big crowd, and these sickos actually start cheering them on. But as Pete looks over at Ray, he decides that he's ready to stop. All of a sudden, he drops back down and takes a knee, but Ray isn't ready to let him go, so he picks up his friend and starts pushing him down the road. He asks Pete to walk just a little bit farther, so he decides to hang in there for his friend, but while he's distracted, Ray stops and let his timer run out. The soldiers instantly shoot him twice in the side, and Pete rushes to pick him up, but Ray tells him that he loves him as the soldiers drag him away. Knowing that he's done for, Ray apologizes to his mom as the Major steps up to finish him off, and that makes 49 down with 1 lucky winner.
And they show it, bro. They show it. That's what's like, you would think that they would do the monologue and then it would be like the gunshot and it would just be on Pete. No, they show him die.
But Pete's story is not over.
Because it like makes you feel like you're Pete.
Yeah, the guy starts breaking down as the fireworks go off and the entire crowd starts to celebrate, but that's when the Major comes to ask for his wish, and thinking it over, he wishes for a soldier's rifle. The Major lets it happen, thinking there's no way he's actually gonna...
You knew he was gonna ask for it too, because earlier he was like, man, the rifle ain't gonna fix anything. And then the Major interrupts Pete crying and he's like, what's your wish?
shoot somebody, but the second he gets his hands on it, he ups the weapon and blasts the Major straight in the chest, killing him right on the spot. With his wish fulfilled, Pete turns to walk down the empty street, leaving the crowd behind him. In the end, that makes 50 down.
No, that is not the ending. Everybody disappears. He doesn't leave the crowd. The ending's supposed to be that he has to continue walking because killing the Major didn't actually solve anything. Because the dystopia is still going to exist. So you still have to keep walking because the long walk will still exist. It will still occur. There were people around him, and that's just not what... He didn't leave everybody.
With only one survivor, and at least Pete managed to get some revenge for his friend, but I'm thinking next time he might just want to stay home instead. The Long Walk, and I mean...
Fucking peak movie, bro. We didn't really get into how to beat it. Outside of aerodynamics. Bro, the strategy really is have a backpack full of useful items, have good shoes, have a plan for everything. Don't run. You're never going to be able to run. You're going to die. Don't sign up. If you do sign up now, you just got to plan everything out. Maybe make some friends, but don't get too attached to them. And then don't be the guy to self-sacrifice and be a hero. Don't be the hero, right, in that situation. Be the guy that just wins. Mateus and Treasy for the sub. Johnny A-Flow. Next, Chunky and Pringles for the sub. Seuss, Heathen, Demon, Ace, and Deptune for the sub. You can take it out of sub only now. Vieric for the three. You helped me, inspired by Love Myself again. Things got through the hardest year, and you helped me through it. Thank you and love you, man. Well, I'm glad I'm able to help, man. I hope you're all right. Goop for the three. I think your chat would now like longer games. Just had a TikTok audience for a while. No, my chat would still complain. I don't. The reason I don't want to play Baldur's Gate is because I have no interest in that game whatsoever. So you gave a bad example, right? Long games I'm not opposed to playing if they're games that I and my chat are interested in. But I don't think Baldur's Gate is a game my chat would want me to play. You know, I don't want to be like, I know my audience, you don't, right? But in the sense of like, I have tried out on multiple occasions like long form games, and my chat hates them every time, every single time. There are exceptions, you know, like the GTA 5 story mode will do. That's going to be like 30 hours. I played Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2. You know, I would do God of War. Like, there's long story games that I would play, but like anything over 80, 90 hours, no, you know, like I would never do Zelda like that. It would perform terribly and I wouldn't have fun playing it. Blame and Armove for the sub. And it also wouldn't make any YouTube videos, which is like a lot of what my streaming is for. The movie was actually so good. Fluffy, thank you for the 5 gifted. XR, IB, and Jake for the sub. Truly, GR, Cheese for the sub. Yugi for the 3. Happy birthday, Gojo. Goop for the 3. Natty, thank you for the gifted. Again, Hunter and Mateus for the sub. All right. Next videos, chat. Lock in. I gotta piss first, actually. Count me down. God of War would be epic. I would do God of War. If you have any videos you want to watch, games you want to play, videos, subscribe, games, subscribe. Chat, count me down 30 seconds. We still have 3 more videos. We're at least going to be able to watch 2 of them. But it is going to be a shorter stream today. I was live for 9 hours yesterday. Hold up. Aiden just messaged me a million things. Why are you counting down? I'm still sitting here. Count me down. Chat, I know. All right. You don't need to keep spamming it. For the you laugh, you leaving the Doug. Sorry, I'm responding to my editor. Just let me know if it's... I don't know if I'd be able to this week, maybe Thursday, but that'd be it, and even then, I'm not sure. It might have to be next week. All right. Yo, count me down 30 seconds now. Sorry. Z and Quack for the sub. 4X Brandon Swindo. 5 Treen for the sub. All right. Boss Minecraft though for the sub. Okay, next video. We're probably going to be able to watch maybe all three. I don't know. We'll see. Dill for the sub, Duck, and the Drift for the sub. I might, chat. Chat's going by really quick. I fuck with the people that are watching me, but I do love interacting with chat. I might have to toss it in sub only for like the rest of the stream. I don't want to, but it gets to a point where like I physically can't even read chat, and I don't want to not have chat interactivity. I've said that a million times. I'm never going to be a streamer that doesn't read chat. You know, I can't read every chat, but it might right now it's at the point where like I physically can't. Just keep it in sub only right now. M, thank you for the 1,000, but he said I just farted. Rahu and Natty, thank you for the 5 subs. Ellie, thank you for the tier 2. Dill and Ryan for the sub. I'm sorry. All right. I appreciate the subs. Crow for the sub. I'm not trying to get more subs. You don't need a sub. It's just like chatter-wise, like I love being able to interact with chat. And like when it's not in sub only, there's like a very, very large influx of chatters that are just like spamming like brain rot. Like not even chats or questions or like relevancy. It's just like spam. Like, and it's not even. So it's just I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain this in a way that's not rude, but it's like I know a lot of people can't sub. I'm not trying to make it like a niche community where you can't fucking watch because you don't have the money. I don't want to do that. It's more so just like I'm trying to mitigate people that are just spammers. Cole and Summer for the sub, Ref for the sub, and when I have more viewers, I have to keep it in sub only. The Day and Kron for the sub, Ryan for the sub. So, yeah. For right now, keep it in sub only. Don't take it out. Shia for the sub, At for the sub. Bye for the sub. Roar for the sub. All right. Lock in. I might not read bits for a bit as well. I want to watch this video. Chad for the sub as well. Lock in. How your personality affects what you play.
Turns out this video is actually pretty easy to write. In 2016, Dr. Jeremiah Appleton and his team ran a study where they would have gamers fill out surveys regarding their personality. They would agree or disagree with statements like, I have a colorful imagination when I am alone, I enjoy the company of others, I worry I am not accomplishing enough, or I feel the need to win even if it hurts someone else's feelings, etc., etc. All statements you can feel free to answer quietly to yourself if you like. Dr. Appleton then had the subjects report what video game genres they enjoyed the most. And in most cases...
I mean, do you think there's a direct correlation to personality and what games you play? Maybe, but not in the sense of like, I don't think it's that predictable. I don't think you're able to just look at somebody, ask them very surface level personality questions and be like, oh, I bet you would love Terraria, because there is a level of individuality. I think there's people that fall into more lump categories. Like, if you're a huge fan of sports, you probably play Madden. You probably play FIFA, Like, guys that are really into fantasy are probably like not really gaming gamers, but they're the guys that are going to play, like, COD, Battlefield, maybe a fucking hero shooter.
Typically enjoyed JRPGs, had more quiet, reserved personalities, and often had serious doubts as to whether they had made the right decision or done the right thing in games and in life. Those that typically enjoyed platformers and more fast-paced games like Doom often had a strong tendency to be critical of themselves. Fans of puzzle games like Tetris...
What? People that play people that play, like, platformers are fucking, like, self-critiques or critics. They, like, make fun of themselves. That's what they said. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. What? Because, like, you're constantly, like, you're attracted to a game that's going to make you feel like you're a failure until you finally succeed. Like Cuphead or some shit. Like, I don't understand.
Just like Doom.
I feel like that would more apply less with Doom and more with, like, ranked ladder CS players.
Often had a strong tendency to be critical of themselves. Fans of puzzle games like Tetris or Hue prefer a certain amount of change and variety in their everyday lives, and become dissatisfied when governed by restrictions and limitations. The same goes for fans of Minecraft and other open world sandbox games who also specifically had personality.
Can we say there's anomalies to this, though? There's anomalies to this. There's personalities that are geared towards open world games, but I think if you're somebody that likes Minecraft, it's not just like, oh, you're like free imagination, because every personality can play and fuck with Minecraft. You could be somebody that likes building, progression, role playing, you know, fucking competitive play like Feinberg, or somebody that speed runs. Like, there's so many. Minecraft is so big as a game that I don't think it applies to like a generic, hey, your personality aligns with Minecraft and Terraria.
Like, that lend themselves to a great need for other people to like and admire them. And if you're finding these statements to feel accurate of your own gaming preferences and personality, quit that, because every word of what I just said
is a lie,
was made up.
Beautiful start to the video.
Including that first line. This video is a royal bitch to make.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's that simple. Just being like, oh, you're self-critical of yourself. You probably would love Cuphead. You'd probably love Hollow Knight.
How does our personality affect what games we prefer playing? It's a damn good question, and one that has been investigated by people much smarter than me. But before we dive into this, I'd like to make a couple of disclaimers and a couple of examples. Out of you. I didn't set that whole opening thing up just to screw with you, although I didn't necessarily not enjoy doing that. I did it to point out that personality psych is a slippery slope.
I think personality psych can be valid, but in very niche things. Once you start getting into like BuzzFeed, what Harry Potter clan am I a part of? That's when you get to like the stupid level of personality quizzes. It's like, oh, well, my personality actually more aligns with Hufflepuff than anything else.
If you happen to really find yourself believing what I said about personalities there, you fell victim to the Barnum effect, which is how psychics and horoscopes.
You're Gryffindor? I actually did take, chat, guess what I was? I did take a BuzzFeed Harry Potter quiz before. I was a Hufflepuff.
Horoscope writers stay in business,
which really upset me, actually, because I'm not saying that I feel like I'm Gryffindor material, you know, but like Hufflepuff, that's like the worst one. That's the worst one to be a part of.
Ambiguous statements that can be true.
I was Slytherin. Yeah, for you to get Slytherin for a BuzzFeed fucking poll, you probably ticked down that you like watching frogs explode. You fucking... For you to get Slytherin on BuzzFeed, you probably have to say that you've, like, killed somebody before.
With pretty much anyone, when presented specifically to you, about you, can very easily begin to feel true. Pair that with a little bit of confirmation bias, and suddenly everything we talk about today may lead you to believe...
Yo, Tommy, thank you for the 15 gifteds. Iffy Lil Nick, Unusual Wow Quell, I Like Preston... Cherry Nutter, Sea Slog, Nitrous for the sub, 5-star Mischief, Jacob, Chrissy, Fire, Nate, Mister for the sub, Moss for the sub, Senor for the 3, Dead, thank you for the 25 gifteds, bro.
Believe that you are an incredible...
Thank you for the fucking subs, Tommy. Thank you for the 15 as well, and Dead, thank you for the fucking 25.
Incredibly creative person just because you put more hours into Persona 5 than your entire undergrad degree. I'm not judging, that's a self-burn, but I just want you to be aware. Watch your footing on this video and take it with a grain of salt. Alright, enough disclaimers. Let's dive into the tremendously fascinating world of personality. One more thing though, sorry. You should know that personality is not the most rock-solid field in psych. There are measures developed to try and capture our personalities, but between the changing of age and the changing of culture around us, who we are is ever shifting. Also, most research tends to be correlational, so what we're talking about today is tendencies and a snapshot of what we think.
Yeah, it's more like statistical, like there are outliers, but it's like, hey, you're more likely to fuck with this if your personality is like this. I find that always cool with like hero shooters specifically, because I play hero shooters. I think it's cool to see the personalities of people that feel like they need to play DPS, healer, like tech, tank, like Valorant too. Like, you're a type of person to choose Reyna over Omen. Like, those are polar opposites, right? Like, those are not... Like, not obviously there are probably players that play Reyna and Omen, but if you're a guy that's going to be TPing around the map, throwing down smokes, and controlling pace of play versus somebody that's just going to fucking run it down and kind of like top frag, you're like two different types of players, which correlates with how you are as a person, right? Like tanks in Marvel Rivals play differently and act differently as people than DPS. Right, DPS complain the most. They're the most insufferable. Even everybody also plays DPS, but there's people that only play DPS, right? Only play DPS. They refuse to play anything other than somebody that's getting kills. That is a type of guy, right? That is a type of, or not guy or girl, type of person. It's usually a guy, if we're being real. The person that refuses to conform to the idea of team play and hero shooters in general, and how you have to mend around what the other people are picking, and you have to counterplay. The guy that refuses to do that and only plays Iron Man or Spider-Man or fucking Pun, like, that's a dude. There is a guy that is like that. And he only blames his healers.
We know, not laws. So again, grain of salt. And its intersection with game preference. If I asked you to give me a breakdown of your favorite types of games to play, you'd probably start by...
I don't even know if I could do that. What's y'all's favorite genre of game? I don't really know, bro. I love story games, but I think I love story games because I play them on stream. Like, if I didn't stream, I think my top, like, genre-based games would be, like, open world survival and, like, shooters. Like, competitive shooters. Competitive shooters, open world, yeah, like, co-op. I love Friend Slop. I'd play Friend Slop any day of the fucking week.
Telling me some genres you might even rattle off.
Peak, Fire. That was a deserved game of the year, at least from the Streamer Awards.
Off some titles. You put a lot of time into Ghost Runner. Maybe you get cheap thrills and fast-paced games like that in Mirror's Edge. Oh, you and your friends are still playing Animal Crossing. That's...
what game are you playing? Animal Crossing? Sorry, what?
I respect it. You might enjoy the sensation of dunking on your friends, or maybe your dreams are just a little bit too peaceful and you'd like to go out of your way to ruin that whole...
Yo, you gotta be a different type of person, though, to play fucking Resident Evil 7 alone in your room at night. Like, not on call. Dude, that's the thing. Is these games... Like, I love horror games, but I've grown to love them, and I like playing them with, like, the community of chat with me, you know? Like, I would never be like... Yeah, let me launch Outlast 2. And I'm just alone. Like, what the fuck? That is insane. You to just be like, not even on call with anybody. You're not streaming. You're just like, I'm just going to rip fucking Resident Evil. I'm going to rip Summer of 58 right now.
Maybe you tell me you like...
I would get you being like, I'm going to play a Fears to Fathom right now. Like a story horror. But just like a straight up walkthrough horror. Like, I'm just going to play this, or like a survival horror, bro. Oh my God.
Getting absorbed in a story like something seen in Xenoblade or Tsushima.
There's peace in that? I'm not making fun of it, dude. I just could never do it.
Maybe your pants get tighter when you shave off a few seconds of your Portal speedrun, or when you finally unlock that last support for Dorothea. A fellow fan of the opera, I see. No matter your personal syllabus of titles or ways to play said titles, we can measure genre preference. But if I asked you to give me a breakdown of your personality, you'd probably talk in more circles than your buddy trying to get you to invest in Dogecoin. It's hard to get a true read on personality, but psychologists have come up with a few methods. And the one we'll be using today is the Big 5 personality traits developed by Lewis Goldberg. The Big 5 traits are sort of the most accepted, replicable, and used measure in the world of psych today, and each trait essentially works on a sliding scale, with most people falling somewhere in the middle. Generally, personalities don't...
But do you think, like, extroversion changes what you play? Like, if you're an introverted person, you're more likely to play single-player games? I feel like introverted people play multiplayer games. They just don't talk in VC. It's like that guy in comp play that just only types in chat.
sit at the extremes, just closer to one end. Remember, we're ever changing. We'll dive more deeply into each individual trait as we get to some of the bigger points of the video, but just as an example, openness, to wildly oversimplify it, refers to our willingness and desire to seek out / think about new things. People with high openness tend to be very creative, enjoy trying new things, are extremely curious, and are happy with change. Those with low openness despise change. You won't catch them rearranging their room or changing their schedule much. They don't like
and I'm not trying to like use this as an insult. I feel like the lower openness you have to new games, the more of a Nintendo player you are. Nintendo or sports games, one of the two. I think the other personality traits really vary, but I think if you're refusing to be open to new games, you are like hard stuck playing the same Nintendo like remakes of Pokemons, and you're attacking us. I'm not. Nothing's wrong with it. I'm just saying it's like if you refuse to play new games, you're probably stuck playing the same, like you still play new FIFAs, but you won't leave that franchise. You know, you'll still play new Pokemons. You won't leave the Pokemon franchise. You'll still play the new Mario Donkey Kong game, but you've been playing Donkey Kong since you were born in 1992. You know, you're in the same loop.
Don't catch them rearranging.
You love movies, only like Marvel movies. You love Disney, but you only like Disney.
Their room or changing their schedule much. They don't like new.
You love going on vacation, only to Orlando.
And they don't like abstract ideas. Conscientiousness sort of deals with how organized you are. Do you pay attention to detail and strategize, or act on it?
What's wrong with that? I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. It's the same thing of like openness players have a failure to commit to games. Like I have started so many games that I have not finished. I watch new movies all the time and can't commit to them. Closed off players have commitment but lack the capability to try new games. I'm the opposite. I will try a million games and I won't continue to play any of them.
Agreeableness refers to our interest in others. Are we empathetic and helpful, or are we self-serving and oblivious to others? Neuroticism deals with emotional stability and how you handle stress, and I think you're already familiar with extroversion. At our core, we all land somewhere on each of these 5 scales. Maybe you're pretty low on the extroversion scale, but you are highly agreeable, so you really empathize with people, therefore you might enjoy a good emotional story, but don't care much for partaking in real-world human interaction. As an introvert, I can relate to you. Maybe you're highly conscientious, so you love games where you plan ahead and strategize, but due to your neuroticism, you often get stressed when you have to make a tough decision. Maybe you over-prepare for that mission or get choice paralysis when trying to decide on an outfit or a skill. This is all my speculation, by the way. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how
I hate skill trees. I hate skill trees. I hate skill trees. I'll say it. I've never said it before. I fucking hate skill trees. I don't like the option. It's so stressful. It's so stressful. I like building a character, and I like that aspect of a skill tree. But when you throw me in like a net, not a skill tree where it's like, hey, pick this, and then it goes down, and then you pick this, and it goes down, like a web. It's not even a tree. It's a skill web. Like in fucking, like, what's a game that has that? Not Elden Ring. There's like, but like a really open, like, not Hollow Knight. Like, what's, like, Cyberpunk? Not Dispatch. Dispatch did not have a skill tree. Skyrim, some shit like that, man, where you spawn in the middle and there's 5 different skill webs and you gain credits that you use to unlock different too many options. Too many options.
your personality might.
That's why I like a restaurant with 10 things on the fucking menu. Don't give me a fucking Cheesecake Factory binder with 85 pages where on page 33 I find the sludge. And nobody's even seen that on the menu in years because there's fucking 800 things on the menu. No, I want to see the fucking burger you offer. You have chicken, salmon, steak, vegetarian option, and a fucking lava cake that everybody raves about. That's all I want.
might affect how you approach titles. Luckily though, we don't have to speculate much. There's been some remarkable work done here by one Dr. Nick Yee of Quantic Foundry. In 2015, Yee and his team gathered data from over 140,000 gamers using their homegrown gamer motivation profile, which you can still take now if you like, and I recommend you do at some point. It's really eye-opening and fun. Link in the description. Pop it open in a new tab and take it after you finish this. From this data, they found that gamers typically play
Should we take it?
Due to a combination of any of these 12 motivations. You might play to
We'll take it right now. He said take it after this. Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! I'm taking that shit right now. New Quantic Foundry, take survey. Bang. Hold up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Take survey. Lock in. What's your gender? Male. Next. How old are you? 23. Next. In a typical week, about how many days do you spend at least 30 minutes playing a video game? Probably 6 or 7 days. Would you consider yourself to be a casual gamer, core mid gamer, hardcore gamer? You play regularly but are not serious, super serious, or competitive hardcore. You are a dedicated gamer, play seriously or competitively. Would you... I'm not a casual. Would you say I'm a core mid or a hardcore? I'm supposed to answer this. I'm not looking. I wouldn't say... I regularly play video games. I would say I'm super competitive, but I don't grind comp play that much. So I'm going to go more core mid. Which of these platforms do you usually play games on? I don't play on console. PC, I don't really play games on my iPhone. I don't really play games on VR. I play games on the Switch. I don't really... Oh, wait, no. I play on console. I do play... I'll play console PC because I'll play Switch games, but on stream. I only really play, like, Clash of Clans. I don't really play, like, tablet games. God, they're taking fucking forever. Holy shit. They gotta load every answer? This website's mining Bitcoin on my computer right now. What's going on? Helen Yay for the sub. Nav for the sub. Simple for the three. Last S&P bounties. The idea applied. But I'm not doing bounties this year. I'm sorry. Nikki and Ellie for the sub. It's your Z-Banks. Binks the and Mr. for the sub. Hard pass on the bounties. What percentage of your viewers do you think you could beat up? Don't know. Andy for the sub. Mr. for the three. Haven't showered since 1967. Do you still shower? Great for the sub. Brad for the three. Is and Tay for the sub. Goo for the three. I get bits for free from watching you. What? C7 for the tier 2. Big and player for the sub. Tommy for the 15. Gifted Zits for the sub. Hell for the sub. What are some recent games you played in the past few years and have you in the past few years you have enjoyed playing? Minecraft. Why are there I only know one Minecraft. Kind of staring down a lot of options here. Minecraft franchise. Then I would go Marvel Rivals series. Then I would go The Quarry is like a good game. I just got to throw some variety in here. Next. Are you currently playing any web, mobile, or tablet games? Clash of Clans. That's really all I play and not often right now. Java. I think the Minecraft franchise is fine as an answer. Are there any other games you've enjoyed playing recently? What are other games that we really fucked with? Dispatch was really good. Ooh, is that too new? Too new for their books. Okay. So not that new. Let's go Last of Us 2. I did really love that. Mafia Definitive Edition. The first one. And What's another, like, variety? Like, we're going variety here. What's, like, another good game that I liked? What's, like, a scary game? I do like Peak. Like Friend Slop. For the next session, how important are the following game elements and activities to you when playing video games? Pretending that I'm someone / somewhere else. Maybe slightly important. I don't really care about the whole RP thing. Getting to know all the main characters and their backstories. Somewhat important. Completing all possible missions and achievements in a game. Not important at all. Discovering offbeat or unconventional ways to play the game. Maybe slightly important. Becoming as powerful as possible. Extremely important. Acquiring powerful weapons and artifacts. Very important. Characters with interesting backstories and personalities. Very important. Taking the time to practice and master a game. Very important. Stumped it on that one. The machines. Oh, making an effort to get every collectible item in a game. Not important at all. I hate collectibles. Accumulating large amounts of in-game resources and currency. I would say that's very important. Getting every possible star trophy and unlock in a game. Maybe slightly. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Dominating other players. Extremely important. Having many customized... It's going to tell me to play Call of Duty. Or fucking CSGO. Having many customizable color, style, skins, and options. I do like customizable skins. I would say that's very important for me. An elaborate storyline. I love an elaborate storyline. Playing the game at the highest difficulty level. Somewhat important. Not that important. Taking on difficult challenges that may take many tries to succeed. Yeah, I do want some difficulty. How much do you enjoy the following game elements? Helping other players. Being immersed in another world. Using guns and explosives. Being an agent of chaos. God, this is so cringe. Taking on the role of another character in person. I do enjoy that. But I don't need it. Gameplay with constant action and excitement. Yeah. Need to be stimulated. Need stimulation. Constantly. Going against other players in duels or matches. Gameplay that requires reaction times. Grouping with other players. Gameplay that requires careful decision making. Working towards a common goal with other players. This is just competitive play. Games with blood and gore. Games that require a lot of thinking and planning. That was probably somewhat. Doesn't matter. Blowing things up. Yeah, love that. Gameplay that requires long-term planning and strategy. Long-term, maybe a little. Gameplay that is fast-paced and intense. I love that. Competing with other players. How often do you do the following things when you enjoy playing video games? Experimenting with objects in the world to see what happens. Sometimes. Explore the world for the sake of exploring it. Sometimes. Put a lot of thought and effort into a character's creation. Rarely. Focus on increasing your stats level. Often. Try many different things to test what the game's world will let me do. Rarely. Considerable time into customizing my character's cities and spaceships. Maybe sometimes. Study other players to improve your own gameplay. Maybe sometimes. Bro. Put my email address? Fuck that. Skip. Oh, it just tells you a bend. Like what you're most likely to go towards. I mean, that's kind of cool. My quantic gamer type is ninja. Like Tyler Ninja Blevins. Seek out difficult challenges that blend strategic decision-making, fast-pacing, and competition. Action, social, mastery, achievement, creativity, and immersion. Wow, I'm really uncreative, apparently. Okay. Rude. That's fine.
Stretch your creative muscles. You might play to get wrapped up in a story or to feel like you're someone else. Some folks do it for the challenge. Some folks do it for the power trip. Many of you crave the community and the competition, and some of us just like to blow shit up. Likely though, we are all some combination of any of these. People are rarely so one-dimensional. And since most people...
I don't know, like, I like dogging on other players, but I love a good game, you know what I mean? I love an OT clutch. That's, like, what I live for. And I live for Marvel Rivals matches and, like, comp play where I have a really shitty teammate that I hate and we beef with each other, but we still win the game. That's, like, the best.
People exhibit multiple of these motivations when playing games. Yi and his colleagues used a
Like,
little technique.
I don't like comp games where you just roll the other people. You know what I mean? That's why I was having more fun last Fortnite Season 2, because, like, they got rid of more of the bots and there was more real player interaction, so it's like you're actually playing people that are good.
Called multidimensional scaling for the data, which maps out the correlation between these variables. If two motivations are more correlated, they are put closer together, whereas motivations that are less correlated are placed farther apart. Meaning, since these two dots are close to each other, if you were really into gaming for destruction, you are likely also into it for excitement, but less likely to be into it for strategy. When you take a look at the full map from the data, you can get a better idea of what motivations are related. And you might see that you probably fall into one of these three clusters, or maybe even dip your toes into two of them, which is exactly what Yi and his team noticed. There were three higher level structures, three primary types of players that most motivation correlation.
I'm gonna guess. I think you either do story design, community excitement, destruction, or you do this group, right? It's like yellow with orange, yellow, or yellow with orange, orange with blue. I feel like yellow and blue, story design, fantasy, and ooh, no, but that's like Hollow Knight.
Fall under. Action social, which combines the love of fast-paced gameplay with player interaction. Immersion creativity, which combines the interest in stories, player expression, and exploration. And mastery achievement, which mixes the appeal of strategic gameplay, tough challenges, and chasing achievement. The discovery and power motivations are tricky.
Sorry, Joe can't watch this one. No problem, big dog. See you later. Cypher for the 3. Took the quiz and got Gladiator, stay action-oriented, proficient. Daquan for the sub, Swag, Gang, X, and Wester for the sub, Unknown for the 3. Evolve your GP in the JSMP, now today, that's tomorrow. Play John Braden for the sub, Anna for the 3. Play Alice Trials, already did, that game sucks. Yee, Hell, and Nat for the sub, Simple for the 3. All right, lock in. KJ for the sub.
They don't really fit in just one cluster, and according to Yi, they sort of act as bridges between the three major groups. Meaning, if you identify with the immersion creativity cluster and the mastery achievement cluster, discovery.
Oh, so these middle ones are only usually applied if you like both. Like, you don't like discovery if you only like this, but if you like this and this, you'll like discovery.
Likely really appeals to you. Now keep in mind, this is simply motivations we're talking about, not how personality affects them. But what's fascinating is that much like the big 5 personality traits, the gamer motivations mapping is consistent across several different regions and cultures, which could suggest that gaming motivations and personality are both in some ways universal for all of us, and furthermore could be related in some sort of consistent manner. As I was reading up on this and writing the script for this video, I realized that all that was left to do was find proof of this relationship. And as I embarked on this noble quest into the sweaty migraine-inducing DMV that is Google Scholar and try to find some research that could connect the two, I was surprised to find that Dr. Yi had already broken ground on that research, making my job a lot easier. God bless this man. Only a few weeks later, the good people over at Quantic gathered data from the gamers who filled out their gamer motivation profile and a Big 5 personality test. They then analyzed the correlations between the participants' offline personality traits and their gaming motivations. Pretty much what I made up in the beginning of this video, but this time I'm not juicing your kiwis, Connor. They actually did this and did it correctly. And what they found was statistically significant correlations, meaningful connections that, based on the sample size, did not happen by chance. They stumbled upon the invisible strings that connect who we are to the
I feel like a big differentiation is online versus offline play. Like that's a big gap. Like most people either like online games or offline games. You're either a multiplayer guy or you're not. Like there is in between. Like I do both, but honestly, I probably would do a hell of a lot single player shit if I didn't stream. But like I've grown to love that, right? Like I've grown to love the single player stuff. But like unless people were like actively being like, "Hey Joe, you should play this game," I probably wouldn't.
experiences we love. The action social cluster, which contains the high motivations of excitement, competition, and community, were largely connected to high levels of extroversion. Now, extroversion is usually characterized by people as being outgoing or being good around others, but research supports that it's more accurately characterized by excitability, emotional expressiveness, cravings of excitement, and gaining energy in social situations. Not necessarily being good in them, but gaining something from it.
Oh, so you're telling me the guy that was crashing out on me 1 minute into a fucking round isn't necessarily good at portraying his emotions?
Even if
it's just that he is showing them that's extroverted.
Simply competition or attention. Consider this. You don't have to like people to be an extrovert.
You lose one round of a Val match. It's over, just FF. I'm AFKing in spawn.
And yet you may still gain something from being around them. So you may very well choose to pick up fighting games because your extroversion makes you crave the competition, just as well as you may play action adventures for the constant excitement, or MMOs and social sims because you do actually like the people in your life and get something meaningful from kind interaction with others. Another correlation they found was between openness and the immersion creativity cluster. RPGs, sandboxes, open worlds, anything with a deep immersive story or a way to express creativity. Most players that enjoy the—
I wish I could get into those. I've said that before. Not like Minecraft. I know they flashed that. But like, I wish I could get into an open world story game that's like 150 hours long. Like, I wish I did fuck with Baldur's Gate. Because everybody, it's like every game of the, or Expedition 33, I know that's like a fighting game, but even then, they're like, or like Claire Obscure or whatever it is. That's Claire Obscure Expedition 33. But, your Red Dead, I did like Red Dead when I played it, but like stuff like that, man, yeah, like over 80, 90 hours long. And it's just like, hey, you're committing like a few weeks of playtime to this. Like every day you're kind of thinking like, oh, I'm going to play Red Dead today. You know, I'm going to get a little further into this. And you just like look forward to that. Like the only time I've ever been like, oh, I'm looking forward to playing this game is like a multiplayer game usually. Like generally that's usually what it is. Yeah, I'm banning you. That chatter knows
these games tended to have high levels of openness, which like
Minty for the 5 gifted. It's Dead and 44 for the sub. KG for the sub. If you ain't fuck with the video, yo, bag out of my chat, bro. You ain't got to be here. I literally don't give a fuck.
We discussed earlier.
You will realize that at some point if you're a new viewer of mine. Like, if you're going to sit here and complain because you don't want to see the video, fucking leave, bro. I don't care. I appreciate you being here, but if you're going to sit here and complain, I don't want you here.
Characterized by imagination and creativity.
There's a difference between being like, yo, what's next versus being like, yo, this video's boring. Get the fuck out of here.
Folks high in this tend to have a broad range of interests, enjoy change, and are open to new and varied experiences. Which may explain why these people can finish JRPGs even after weird interactions like,
you know, this is how I earn a living.
Huh? Really? I thought you were just doing it for fun.
I suppose some people do.
Hello, I'm some people. Nice to meet you.
I joke, but this is one.
I hated that. Like, I would tab out of the game if I had that. If that was like a casual interaction that you have to have like every 35 minutes.
100% me. I'm here for the story, and I don't care how weird things get. I'd be willing to bet that the Undertale fan base is full of high openness people because, again, the trait is all about painting outside the lines, which is.
Dude, no. I think open, if you are able to play a 2D fucking game like this, you're in the openness category. Story or not. If you're able to play a game that looks like this for 35 hours, you have endless amounts of attention span.
About painting outside.
You are able to do anything. You could watch paint dry and have fun.
The line.
And I'm not making fun of the games. I'm saying it's like, this is the least stimulating thing in the world, bro. Watching this, it's like, and that's coming from somebody that gets mad when my chat can't fucking pay attention to something that isn't just constant stim. Like right now, right? But like, I could not play this game. I could not sit here and play a 2D game just for like 40 hours.
Which is probably why it also correlates highly to the enjoyment of sandboxes like Minecraft and games with hefty customization like Monster Hunter World. Conscientiousness was slightly mapped to the Mastery Achievement cluster, which makes sense.
Oh my God, are the type of people that play like Civ games. How do you not get stressed out when you load into a game and you're like, yeah, I'm going to learn 185 different things that I need to know to keep my Civ alive? Or like modern day competitive players, new League players are an anomaly to me. And I'm sorry I'm staring at the camera. It's just like, I need to get this off my fucking chest here. The new League players are not real. They're fake human beings. They're zombies. Because how are you able to load into a competitive game and just throat the idea that you need to learn what 200 different champions do? Like, you have 8 of them unlocked off rip, or however many you get, and you're like, hey, I think I want to get into the ranked ladder. You know, oh, I've been itching to play a new game. I think I'm going to try League of Legends. I think maybe I'm going to level up to level 20 and then spend the next 8 years of my life crashing out in-game because my jungle is just getting fucking just mauled, refuses to gank, and now I'm losing every game. Right, 45-minute games, by the way.
Highly conscientious.
I just started League. Good luck. You're a trooper.
Folks are prepared.
I'm not dissing League, too. I've played League. I'll play ARAM. But my God, being a new player in that game is torture. It's going to be the same thing with Valorant. After they have 45 fucking agents, you're going to load in. Yo, dude, imagine being a CS player that refuses to pick up Valorant 2 years from now, hopping into a Val lobby and just hearing, it's time to... And you're just fucking getting flashed. You're getting flashed. There's a dog running at you. You just got teleported into an alternate dimension. And now you're fighting a guy that has a fucking shield in front of him because he activated some ability that gives him fucking one-tap invulnerability. Like, you're sitting here fucking lost just constantly.
Preparers, strategizers, task-oriented schedule followers that likely find challenging strategy games like advanced...
That's what sucks about those comp games, bro. That's why, and I'm not trying to glaze Marvel Rivals, that's why Marvel Rivals is easy, because it's an IP you already understand. So if you're new to the game, you kind of already know, hey, Groot's probably going to throw up big wooden walls at me. Hey, Groot's probably... Oh, what is Jeff going to do? Oh, probably like some water stuff. Probably like bite people and shit and like spit. Like, oh, okay. You know. Oh, what is Iron Man gonna do? Probably fly around, you know. So it already makes sense. If you leave and come back, it makes sense. When you're playing Valorant, they add some guy named fucking Schmegma, and he's like glowing green, and his character's like, it's time to schmeg. And they have a voice actor for him, and I'm now trying to, like, that's how I feel with Overwatch. Like, I don't understand the IP, and I'm trying to get, like, Dispatch did a great job, right? Because, like, Dispatch is introducing these characters that you don't know about, but they give you an attachment to them, and then you care about them, and now you understand their abilities. But when I'm playing, like, Valorant, they had, like, Jet, Raze, Reyna, and it was, like, all these characters that, like, you know, were the base few. And then they start adding these people that I don't want to learn them, and nobody plays them. Like, and so it's easy to run Valorant, but it's like you hop into a Valorant comp queue, everybody, even now, like I've played Valorant recently, even though I don't play it anymore. No, everybody still just plays Sky, Jet, Reyna, Raze, fucking Omen, KO. Like, nobody's queuing the weird fucks that they add into the game fucking 6 months from now. Nobody plays them. Because nobody cares.
Wars and XCOM to be just the right scritch to their itch. The correlation here wasn't as strong as the others, but it may shine a little light on the type of people that enjoy...
Val's dead, Joe. I'm not saying Val's alive. I think Val's died off slightly, but Val's still huge, dude. They get millions of players a month.
Finding all of the achievements. Again, that highly conscientious detail and task-oriented nature probably lends itself...
Horrible take, it don't take long to learn. Learn all of these characters and exactly what they do and how they fight each other. learn all of these characters. As a new player, go into this. As a new player, go into this. Learn every player's QE, all what build they should have, what items they should buy, what pace of play you should have with them. Dude, that's why League of Legends pros are glazed, because it's fucking impossible.
To finding some pleasure in unlocking all the achievements and getting all of the collectibles. Okay, I'm gonna come up for air now. That was a lot of big words. Couple things to note. The correlations here are significant and they were insightful, but they aren't exactly high, meaning that this only gives us a glimpse into what is usually the case, but is certainly not universal truths. After all, you may be the most detail-oriented, conscientious person on Earth, and yet hate playing strategy games because your personality ruins them. Maybe they just come off as a chore and you have too many of those in real life, so you'd rather unwind with something relaxing. Like I said earlier, fat grain of salt. If episode 1 and psychology studies have taught me anything, it's that there's always a bigger fish. And there is always an exception. But I do think that there is a lot of truth in these correlations.
I don't know, man. I love a game. Like, that's why I like playing comp games, because it's like a turn your brain off type shit. Talk to the teammates, you know, and then it's like muscle memory reactivity time, and then just like in real time strategy versus me having to like plan out something.
After all, if you're super introverted, you likely would enjoy playing alone. If you're high in openness, the stranger and more novel a world is, the more likely you are to really want to sink your teeth into it. Which, by the way, this kind of supports my personal theory of why when a new game trailer drops, you may find yourself going, not for me, whereas your buddy gets hype and just tosses it on their mountain of a backlog because they want to play it all. High openness is great and all, but if everything new is appealing, RIP to your buddy's wallet and free time. Or maybe you're the buddy. I'm the buddy. My backlog is bigger than my future. For what it's worth, my take on
I do have 220 games wishlisted on Steam right now.
How who we are affects what we play has to do with personality reinforcement. We seek out not just games, but media in general that reflects our personality. Like Dr. Yi mentioned in the closing statements of this study, games are often stereotyped as escapist fantasies so that we can be who we're not. But we may in fact play them to better experience who we truly are, how we actually tick, and better understand our own identities. A few studies gathered in a meta-analysis by NCBI reveals that our music and television consumption is often for purposes of identity management, emotional regulation, and companionship, especially in younger people. Which leads me to believe that in a lot of ways, gaming may influence our personality in the same way personality affects our gaming. Personality may in fact be the original spark that triggers our interest, but I think over time they act upon each other back and forth.
Oh my god, Paper Mario, bro. That was like the fucking riddle. The lifelong riddle for me. This one fucking I don't even remember where it was. I remember being a kid in Paper Mario. I could not get past this one area, and you had to do like this puzzle, and all I would do was just smack it repeatedly with my hammer. I remember just being like a mindless zombie, just spamming A, being like, I don't know how to get past this. Years later, it was because it was my grandma's GameCube. Years later, she's like watching a family friend's kid. The kid's crying. She calls me. She goes, can you come help him with this game? I go, yeah, sure. What game is it? She goes, Paper Mario. And it was like the 1,000-yard stare, dude. I went, Paper Mario. I went, oh, no. I went, I don't know. And I walked back. It was like the easiest thing ever. He was stuck exactly where I was, crying like fucking snot everywhere, like... And he hands me the controller. It's fucking covered in his spit. It was disgusting. I'm like, all right, I'll get through this. Literally, I like morph into like a paper fucking airplane or some shit, fly past it. It maybe takes me like 5 minutes. I hand him back the controller. He goes, yeah, thank you. And then I walk out. And in the back of my head, I'm like, he's just gonna get stuck in 5 minutes. Like, this isn't gonna make sense in 5 minutes.
Games may serve as a mirror that reveals what we do and don't enjoy and what we do and don't identify with, which is...
Blood, thank you for the 5. Gift this night for the sub. What's thank you for the 5. I don't play Val anymore because new characters become the second you start matching. Somebody uses an ability, just go to your house and put a bag over your head and turn off your PC. Ghost MMA for the 7. Minty for the 5. Top 2% of viewers. Dude, thank you for the support, man. Lancer for the sub. Sky, thank you for the 3. Yumi main that Autoslex, JGL, and then bitches about champ matchups. Josh Roy for the sub, and thank you for the 3. You're gonna play a long-ass story game, Fallout 4, Hybrid for the sub. Daniel, thank you for the 3. Been watching your latest stream. People are rage baiting about the VR. I agree with what you said. Objects being closer than they appear. So I thank you for the 3. It's for the 5. Or for the 3. But girlfriend and I played Civ right now watching you yesterday for like 12 hours. Oh my God. I've only watched Civ gameplay. I've never actually played it. Because I would never download that game. X-Blood, thank you for the 5 gifteds. Yeah, no, Valorant, it's exactly like that. You're like, oh, then what does this character do? It's time to rumble! A real AI figure teleports right behind me and fucking punches me in the back of the head. I pass out. They win the round.
Especially in our earlier years, might structure who we are. Personality often runs into the nature versus nurture debate, which is almost always both when it comes to most psychology topics. Genetics certainly plays a part in personality, as has been shown in studies with twins. In fact, based on this twin study, genetic influence on the big 5 traits were all estimated to be around 50%, which means the personality is likely half formed by our genes and half by our experiences. So the reason you keep coming back to fighting games may be because you are highly extroverted, but it may also be because your first gaming experience as a kid was Melee. It may not be as black and white as your personality affecting what you play. It may go both ways.
What, so like what you're introduced to as a kid is something that you're bound to enjoy regardless of whether or not it aligns with your personality? So, like, people always fuck with Mario Kart and, like, games like that just because I think that's also because they're simple games. You usually, like, those games transition into adulthood because you're not playing Civ when you're 6, you know? You're playing Wii Mario Kart or fucking Minecraft or a mobile game or something simple. Kiro, thank you for the fucking 25 subs. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 25 gifteds. Got an old school RuneScape, did not see the grind that was ahead of me, loving it so far. Need thank you for the 3. Yo, fuck that. That and World of Warcraft. Like, when I watch a motherfucker play World of Warcraft and I see the fucking UI, I want to throw up. What is this? There's 100 items on the fucking what am I looking at? It stresses me out. I'm not like, dude, literally I watched Tyler 1 play it. And I'm sitting there and he's clicking items. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what's going on.
A couple of stray thoughts before we pull this video out of the oven. Age is also a huge factor. Some research presented in 2003 suggests that as we age, our personality shifts. Conscientiousness and agreeableness tends to go up through your 20s, and openness tends to decline. Meaning for a lot of people, you really may find yourself narrowing these genres you play. Maybe not everything new will be quite as appealing. Which I think kind of supports the whole notion of identity management and formation in your early years, though I could just be seeing what I want to see with
Yo, do y'all think you're going to play video games when you're older? Or do you think you're going to be like some unk shit and then just like stop playing entirely? I feel like I would love to continue playing video games. I feel like a lot of older people do transition from playing multiplayer to single player games though.
There are also other models of gaming motivations than these that you might want to consider.
Or non-competitive games. I feel like competitive gaming is competitive reaction time-based gaming, like shooters, are largely like people sub 30. You go to like strategy competitive games, those are like older people play them.
Bartol's player types, for example, plots you as one of 4 different player types, depending on if you tend to be more interested in the world versus other players, and acting upon those things, or interacting with them. Jason Vanderberg's Domains of Play model may also be worth checking out. Ultimately, it is extremely difficult to pin down just what exactly the relationship between our personalities and our game preferences is. It could be something we just can't quite grasp yet, and the research I've gathered for you today only reveals the tip of the iceberg. Then again, it could all be white noise, grasping at the wind. Small tendencies that reveal more about what we think is true than what is actually the case. But what it most certainly is delicious food for thought. If you take away anything from this video, know that there is no right or wrong personality type, just like there is no right or wrong game preference. We're all different and all seek what fulfills us. Above all, I hope that this research encourages you to make a diligent effort to understand your personality and not try to correct it. It's often said that you should just be yourself.
Yeah, I think as long as you're having fun, that's fine. I always just get mad at the sports gaming community more than anything because I feel like a lot of them would enjoy other games but refuse to play them. Like people that only have Call of Duty and FIFA in the fucking in the pocket. That is the only two games they play. 2K, COD, Fortnite.
But I know from
That's it.
experience that's not such a simple task. I think a better piece of advice would be get to know yourself. Take the time.
Just guns and balls. Yeah, that's all they need. Balls and guns. Balls and guns. Guns and balls. Mixture of the two. One without the other. One with the other. 2K and guns.
Time to learn who you are. Pay attention to what makes you.
And I'm not saying that they're not fun. It's just like, fuck, man. Like, I know, in my heart of hearts, I know there is no motherfucker that the most enjoyable thing they could be doing in their life is playing 2K. I refuse. If you're telling yourself that, you're lying to yourself. Like, I know you're not right. You're not right. I talked to Zeusy. I fucking said this to him. I'll say, I don't think he's having the most fun on fucking 2K. There's no part of, bro, anybody that's like, no, because nobody's sitting there like playing 2K. Most people ain't doing that, playing a video game anyway. But like, they're sitting there going, yeah, I'm having mad fun on 2K right now. Bro, trust me, hop on some other shit. Trust me, hop on some other shit. You would fuck with it more.
Smile, and don't be ashamed of it. Games have always helped me do that, and regardless of how your personality truly affects what you play, I think as long as you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't really matter, does it?
That's fair. I'm not going to get mad at him, dude. If somebody's like, hey, I love 2K, yo, by all means. But I'm like, don't tell me the only game you play is 2K. That was a fucking good video. I enjoyed that video.
Howdy, partner. Thank you so much.
This is an ad. That was a fucking W-vid, though. Where do I like this? Where's the like button? Oh. Fire. Oh, that's an old video, too. Wow. Here for the sub. Him shot. Crazy for the sub. Daquan for the 5. Need for the 3. All right. Next. Chat. We will do one more of these. Not both, but one. You guys will choose. It is a shorter stream today. Early flight attempts or hold a hell anxiety warning. It's a caving video. Which? 1 or 2? 1 being the flight or 2 being the cave. And I gotta pee for the 5th time. Not for the sub. What's after the 3? I played League of Legends, play a character called Core of Destroyer of Worlds, and I get hard countered by a guy named Miguel Johnson, who 4 years of actual play time, and I can't play the game for the next 45 minutes. What, you're saying, like, when you're top, or, like, I don't know what lane you play, but, like, say you're top laning, you're just getting fucking dogged, and then you have to sit under tower for the next 30 minutes. You start off the game 0-2. Your team, bro, just sit under tower. Just poke under tower rest of the game. Now you're just not going to have fun. Not in test for the sub. It's going to be the worst game ever. Worst game ever. It's not even close. Chat, vote on the poll. Stop typing. All right, we'll do the cave. We'll do early flight attempts another day, though. I do want to watch that. Hold up. Yo, coming down 30 seconds. I got to pass. All right, yo, coming down. All right. What's that song? I don't even know. It was just auto-playing. Was it good? It was good. Kyle for the sub. Hold a hell. Anxiety warning. Zetrix to the sub. Lock in chat. Also, schedule, real quick rundown. Also, if you have any videos you want me to watch, games you want to play, video/games/mods, can we pin the schedule? Last react of the day, shorter stream today. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the S&P, maybe some PvZ Garden Warfare 2 as well. Tuesday, I'm not live. Wednesday's going to be horror games and some random games too. Thursday's going to be reacts and more random games. Friday is going to be another off day because I'm taking 2 days off most weeks. Now, as I said, we already talked about that a million times. Saturday is going to be more of the S&P and random games as well. It's going to be like a half stream Saturday of the S&P, and then other half will be like random games, whereas tomorrow will be like 2/3, 1/3. We'll probably do like 5 or 6 hour stream tomorrow of the S&P and then PvZ. What else? Sunday's reacts. Next Monday, the S&P. Next Tuesday, I'm off. Next Wednesday, horror games, and we'll go from there. We're also going to be doing the Gingerbread House stream soon. I don't know when, but soon. It will be this month. Probably on a weekend. We don't care. Oh, that's awesome, Mayo. I'll see you later. And I blocked him. Not that I'm mad. It's just like, that. If that's your only chat, now you just can't watch me. Now you just can't watch me anymore. I don't give a fuck. Bro, like, I literally, it's, oh, you're going to lose a viewer. You're being a dick. Only chat, we don't care, okay? I'm just trying to let you know my schedule because I like scheduling my content because some people want to tap in on certain days, so I kind of inform you. Mods, and then Zod pinned exclamation point schedule. Can we pin the actual schedule, not the command for the schedule? Classic Zod. Mr. Thank you for the 3. Congrats on getting nominated for the streamer awards. You should have won. You got an extra. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Genuinely. All right. Lock in. Hold a hell. The actual schedule. Stop! My mods are fucking gremlins, bro. Pin that. I pinned it. Don't unpin that. Hold a hell. Anxiety warning.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
How do you hear about this? This is a caving video for the people that don't know, but it's like, do they go on forums where there's people raving about caves that they need to fucking explore? He's like, oh, here it is. Oh, this is the hole to hell. This is what everybody was talking about on Reddit.
This is creepy.
Whoa, that is way smaller than it is.
Bro, the entrance looks like a storm drain. You're going to go in that?
There's freaking ropes going in. I didn't know it was that small.
Yeah, and somebody fucking graffiti wrote hellhole on it.
Called a mailbox. It's almost as narrow as my backpack. Oh, no.
Bro, there's a rest in peace sign there. Did somebody die here? Yo, the second I peek my head in and this is what I'm fucking dealing with, I'm already turning around. Why would you do this willingly? I mean, he got almost 1 million views on YouTube for it, so money.
Dude, I messed
money, maybe? Or the thrill?
up. Yeah, dude, don't go in head first.
Dude, don't go in head first. You're not going to be able to stand. This is like how are you going to go in fucking feet first in this? You're not going to be able to turn down.
Oh, dude, there's a huge freaking spider up there. Spider? Yeah. I can do anything but the spiders. Oh, no.
Anything but the spiders. You, for fun, your hobby, or job even, is going into enclosed spaces where you could possibly die, but what really gets you is the spider. Not the feeling that you're gonna be trapped underground and die. The daddy long leg, now that on the other hand, that one's a jump scare.
Dude, they're everywhere, man.
The feeling of imminent doom in a cave, though? Nah, no problem.
Let's just follow the route. Dude, the floor looks like it's made of wood over here. I swear.
Where do they go? Is there a path? Dude, I'm just staring at fucking random holes. It looks like there's a million. No way he's squeezing through that.
Tree roots. Oh, dude, that's slick. Who put this rope here? Well, there's a rope that goes up. We're supposed to climb that. Really? Yeah. That's a Walmart rope.
I'm not even sure what it's tied to.
Do they not have a map? They're not going in with a map. They're just like kind of free balling it. They're not even marking where they're walking. They're just like, oh, why is this rope here? Oh, I think we're supposed to go up.
This is crazy. I know.
Do you think they're going to get stuck at some point?
This one's really hard to climb.
This cave looks like the inside of my butthole. What do you know why do you know what the inside of your butthole looks like?
Whoa. There's a
maybe a colonoscopy.
Metal pipe in here. Whoa, there's a room up there. That's what the pipe's here for.
I don't think that's what the pipe's there for, so you could use it as a fucking leverage point. I feel like it's just there. Somebody put that pipe into this fucking wall.
Okay. I'm up. Okay. Whoa, it keeps going.
Oh, his body barely fits that he needs to drag the other guy. And they're going to have to go back down that way. Whoa, that's awesome. I can't wait for on the way down. He's like, dude, you got to kick my shoulders. I'm stuck. You got to fucking wedge me in here.
Yeah.
You got to push me into this like a trash can that's a little bit too full. You got to pack my body into the hole.
Oh, no. I don't know if we can make it. It's that tight. We're going to have to take the helmets off for sure.
Oh, yeah. What could go wrong?
Helmets down. Oh, no. I don't think we're going to make it, dude.
Like, I love how they... Dude, I feel like if you're a caver, they have to have some sort of device to scientifically know whether or not they're making it through, you know? Like, his test on whether or not he's going to fit is to just try, and if he gets stuck, that means he can't fit. Like, that's the test.
What about getting this side first?
Oh, my God. Stop. Dude, and just dragging your fucking open skin across these sharp rocks.
Okay. Yeah.
I would never do this with this guy, but I would love to, like, just listen to him just tell me about, like, some story, you know? Around a campfire, he's like, there was this one time I was in the ass twister. And when I tell you, dude, I was fucking standing, I was in the cave like this. And I couldn't move. So every time I had to move, I would have to even turn my head. It was like, it felt like my neck was going to snap off. I would go, and then I would drag myself. And I would drag myself.
Dude, it goes up.
Like to watch him reenact it.
Keep going. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going up good, actually.
Where's the end point? Bro, they're not marking where they're going either. They're just hitting multiple forks in this cave, and they're just like, all right, let's just keep going this way.
Got a rope down there.
Oh, my God. Stop. That's horrible. If there's a rope the whole way, that makes me feel happier about this.
Dude, it just keeps going. It was tied to a root. A root? Yeah. What? So all these things we saw are roots. Yeah. That's why they look like roots. Whoa.
Yeah, this guy's my guide. This guy's the dude that's taking me through the cave, and then he says some dumb shit like that.
Well, this is actually a fat rope.
Oh, everything looks like roots because they are roots. It's my first time going caving. This guy's my guide. It's fucked.
If it goes down. Rope, huh? Big old fat one. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't know how we got here. Come figure it out. I don't know where my backpack is.
Nobody reading them paragraphs? I timed them out. I don't know what it was. But if you're spamming paragraphs, I'm going to just time you out.
It's just off in the middle of the cave.
Oh my god. Time that kid out.
Yeah.
Bro. Yo, everybody's copying and pasting it. All right, we'll read it. All right, we'll read it. All right, we'll read it. This better be the most interesting story in the fucking world. Right? Because I don't even know who typed it now because 10 people fucking write the paragraph. I went caving with my school one time, part of a course in a camping trip. And the cave was mainly all standing, but there was one bit where we had a chance to go in this small, but it was so tight, only you could army crawl through. And I wasn't a part of the cave path we were going through because you had to get through it like standing tall or something to get in, but you had to crawl for like 20 to 30 seconds straight. But it looped back to where we was. But it was crazy because the way you feel, you were restricted to move.
That rope goes deep. Oh!
Thank you for sharing.
Dude, that goes 60 foot.
Does that go straight down? Nah, he's about to fucking eat shit.
It's another set of ropes.
Oh, dude, it's like a straight decline, man. Let's go down it. I don't even know if we're going to be able to make our way back up. I'm just going to butt scoot across the wall here. Maybe, the way to get back up, we're going to have to do like a Mario jump, you know, in the minigame? Where he has to go like, oh. We're going to have to like shimmy. It's going to be like a Jason Statham scene. Fuck.
Oh, you gotta have some sure footing. Guess we're going down this one with the knots.
Yeah, I love how the one support system they have too is like the old rope that you have in your backyard from a tire swing from when you were 5. That's really weathered and also definitely somewhat dry rotted, right? Like this rope could break at any moment. See, that's a nice person. That's a nice person. Whoever that is, smart. You know? Hey, I'm going to draw an arrow for somebody. All right, and back in emote only. Throw it in sub only. Actually, I'll throw it in sub only. If anybody types a paragraph, I'm going to ban you.
Wow, it just keeps dropping. I'd say. Dude, it just keeps going.
I say this every time we watch or talk about anything having to do with caving, but I never understand the first person that explored this, you know? Like, somebody laid this rope after already going down here previously. So, like, there was one guy that he was the first dude to explore this, and there was no map. Like, he was just kind of ballsy, you know, just trekking through a cave at random on a whim, just trying to figure out what the fuck's down here. Like, that guy's the dumbest of them all. The smartest in the sense of, like, marking his path, and he kind of, like, helps other cavers. But holy shit, dude. To be able to fucking go through a cave unmarked and just find your way in and out.
It keeps going.
Without falling to your fucking death. We're getting stuck.
Yeah, I'm like 70 foot down.
You're not fitting through that fucking hole. He's gonna go down that?
I think that's the bottom, about 20 foot down.
We're going to the bottom of the hole for what? Why are we going to the bottom of the hole? There's no water oasis. There's no fucking glow-in-the-dark cave. Hell, you're not even getting a fucking fiver, man. You're not getting a wet five at the bottom of this goddamn fucking cave. You're going down here. You're going to touch the bottom. You're going to go, oh, cool. It's really tight space. All right, let's go back up. Oh, yeah, no, you fit through that, surely. Oh, that's called the worm bender.
Well, I'm looking all right. This is bad. Yeah, why did the rope have to stop halfway down? I know, right? Oh, it's getting my chest. Oh, this isn't gonna be good. No. I think I'm gonna be hanging from my helmet. You might not be able to get back up. I think I'm gonna be hanging.
Oh, you might not be able to get back up. He says as 95% of his body is in the hole. Oh, dude, my helmet might get stuck. Yeah, you might not be able to get back up.
My helmet, dude. Oh, well, if it... Holy crap, if it didn't, I would have been hanging from...
That goes so much deeper. I thought that was the fucking bottom right there.
My helmet. No.
Oh my god, that goes so much deeper. He's gonna go down in that?
It drops like another 20, 30 feet. Holy crap. Okay, I'm getting off on this level. Okay. Huh.
Hey, was that a poop bucket?
A bucket. Oh. Dude, there's a...
Did somebody sleep here?
Dude, there's a bunch of clay sculptures in here. Yeah, there's military boxes.
Whoa. Low iron. Looks like he almost just fucking passed out.
And a rope that goes up.
And a Jesus shrine.
What?
Somebody brought a no parking anytime sign down here. These people are crazy. These people are crazy. This is fucking utter insanity. This guy, he went, I'm going to go caving. You know, I'm going to bring this sign. I'm going to steal the sign. I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to post it up. Maybe do a little clay sculpting while we're down here. Shit in a bucket. Set up a Jesus shrine. Work my way back up.
What the?
Is this like a regular hangout for somebody?
What the heck? We got some good artwork in here.
I mean, define good. That looks like a AA battery that's shoved on the back of a clay turtle.
A giant beetle that's powered by...
Oh, it's a beetle.
A battery over here. I see that.
Oh, wow.
That's a nice cobra and hot dog. A what? A cobra and hot dog. Oh, a cobra, yeah.
That is actually a pretty good cobra.
I took a picture of the cobra.
So is this like the end point for everybody exploring this cave? This is like this is like hardcore geocaching, where they take something and leave something.
What the heck?
What was that?
It's like a shrine. I know. And then a classic rope that goes up to who knows where. Oh, that's creepy. There's like a little figurine up there you're staring down at.
I gotta say, going with somebody else does make this a lot less scary. Like, being down there with somebody, if you're ever nervous, you're always like, okay, somebody else is here to navigate through with me. But if you're just full alone and it's dark, it would be so eerily quiet. Because it's not even like quiet like you're outside. It's quiet like you're in a room that, dude, you're underground. So there's no ambient noise.
Yes. Legend.
Oh, God, there's a fucking notebook.
Here.
What do you think they're leaving for each other? Funny drawings?
Old ledger.
From 2024, Hawk 2! Hawk 2 in a cave!
It was destroyed. 2024 they started this one. Alright, it's just a bunch of people who signed this. Hey, I'm from Japan.
I'm from Japan. Oh my god, this hole.
OMG, this hole. Look, we got this random guy a shout out here. My name is Mike Ecstasy. Welcome to hell.
Mike Ecstasy. Mike Ecstasy sounds like a guy you'd meet at a bar. He'd offer you a drug that you've never seen in your life before, and then you just never see him again. Mike Ecstasy seems like a guy straight out of the Hangover movie. He's a DJ for sure. Yeah, he's a local fraternity DJ. Mike Ecstasy. Welcome to the hellhole. Oh, we got a little shout out for his music.
At 808 MXTC, I produce and make music.
We got somebody named.
I'm like hoping it's techno. 808. What is it? MXTC. Oh my god, this is exactly what I thought Mike Ecstasy would look like. Just a bro. It's actually a pretty good fucking beat. I'm not gonna lie.
Vitali, Gnarly Noah. Well, what is this guy saying? They're spreading healing frequencies out to the world. That's Mike Ecstasy. Dude, you're all over the place.
Yeah, they got mad at that shit. You might imagine the whole book's just Mike Ecstasy shout out.
Out to the world. That's Mike Ecstasy. Dude, you're all over the place. Get out of here, Mike.
Oh my god, I actually fucking love these cavers. Stop.
We think that rope just went right back up to where we came from, so we're going deeper. Oh no, there's nothing down here.
Wait, what was that green thing? What is that?
It's just a creepy doll. Oh, that is so weird. Let me see the doll. It's like a Buddha shrine looking thing. Oh, okay.
Yo, on the back of it, it's probably going to say something about Mike Ecstasy. Congratulations, you found my shrine.
The wall.
Make sure to tune into my sick beats.
What'd you see down there? I think it's official, man. The cave ends in a Buddha shrine. That's the bottom of the cave. Yeah. And man, he is grinning. He's grinning? Yeah. Got a couple people praying over here.
Are they getting the clay from in the cave? Like, where are they using this stuff to make these sculptures?
Sounded weird and creepy. Oh, that is weird. It's so weird. Why is it so weird? It's like praying, or no, there's just meditating people here. Meditating snowmen. Mm-hmm. All right. I officially know where we're going again, but we're gonna leave this headlamp here because a subscriber left a comment on one of our videos, and he said he got stuck down here with no headlamp and literally just waited, and his friend finally found him down there. But this is gonna be there.
Yo, getting stuck down there with no flashlight would be horrible. It would be pitch black. Like, you wouldn't even be able to move.
Whoever finds it, it's yours. Alright. I'm climbing out.
You'd shit yourself, but you'd have to be. You literally, if you only had your headlamp and like no iPhone, no other phone light, and that was the only means you had to come down and up, and you make it to the bottom, and then your headlamp dies, you're either A, waiting for somebody to come get you, or you're dead. Like, that's the only options. Like, you wouldn't be able to traverse this cave in the dark. Because it would literally be pitch black. Yeah, just full trusting the fucking strength of these ropes.
I don't know if this is the way to go or not.
Oh, no. Stop.
You see something?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I think this is a wall sign. Shout out to Mike Exit.
Okay.
Oh, it's just another shout out. Yo, imagine they're like, dude, we're lost. Where are we? Out of nowhere, they hear do 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 do. Mike, our savior.
Oh, this is the tight part. Dude, I see daylight. What? Yeah.
Where the fuck do you see daylight? Oh my god, it is daylight. Oh my god, dude, you have no idea how happy I'd be to get the fuck out of there. Like, if you were somehow like forced to do this.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Bro, they went in the evening too. It's almost nighttime outside. That seems horrible. Des and Vampire for the sub. Liz Legba for the sub. Low for the 3. If somebody needs to send a paragraph, it should be MLA font, double space 12 point. Mullet and Zeta for the sub. Derek for the sub. Nita, not Emily, Amelia, Emma, Rex for the sub, paying for the 3. Love the videos on YouTube. M, thank you for the 3. Derek for the sub. What other videos does this person make? Action Adventure Twins. Oh, they're twins. Scuba diving giant marble mine goes wrong. She found him living in a huge cave on her land. Oh my god. What's their most popular video? High anxiety inside Petty John's cave. Look at that fucking thumbnail. Wow. Dropping GoPro down down a deep mystery pipe. Wow. Do the third one. Do not watch if you're claustrophobic. We'll fast forward through a little bit. I'm not watching the whole 22-minute video. Yeah, no. Dude, your shoes, your feet standing vertically don't fit, so you have to fucking bend them to the side so you can shimmy through. That should be the measurement guide. If you got to be fucking sifting through the cave like this with your feet out to the side, like you're fucking, like you're in a ballet pose.
Oh, it helps collect your breath.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the part.
It's got to be like the video though, because I don't even think my head would fit in this part.
Gotta exhale.
The old exhale trick. Lower the diaphragm. What's the most? Oh, this is the most replayed part. The fuck was that? A stalagmite?
We're here at this crazy low passage, and
dude, it's what a payoff, man. Look at this view. Look at this view. It took us 6 hours to get down here. It smells like urine.
This crazy low passage, and Tim the Beast is gonna sit in this flooded passage. There ain't much room for anything in here.
Oh my god, wait, there's a note on this wall. Mike Ecstasy.
That's cold, isn't it?
God, it's been everywhere we have.
The hands of these crow.
Oh yeah, there's see, no, this cave's kind of cooler though, because it opens up like so much to where you can kind of just freely walk around. That I get, like trying to like push through so you could get to some big payout versus just being at the bottom of some pit. All right. We're going to call that there, though, chat. We might watch more of those videos soon someday. If you have any videos you want to watch, games to play, videos, subscribe, games, subscribe. It's how I find most of the videos I watch, games I play. I will be live tomorrow at like 4 EST. We're going to be doing a SMP day, probably into Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare, maybe some random games as well. Tuesday, I'm not live. Wednesday is going to be horror games, maybe some random games. Thursday is going to be reacts and random games. Friday, not live. Saturday is going to be more of the SMP, and maybe some group gaming as well. Sunday's reacts. Monday, next week is more of the SMP and other random shit too. Peter and Life for the subs, Getty for the 3. XC actually got me out of pinch in 03. Me and Hamstring Todd taking a dip at the old sphincter collapsing cave in North Dakota. Long story short, Todd and I got stuck 6,000 feet below the Earth's crust, and Mike got us out in a jiffy. Below the Earth's crust, really. Dublin for the 2,700 biddies, and thank you for the individual sub as well. Kiwi and Noah for the sub. It's and Dak for the sub, Light for the sub as well. Chat, we'll be posting on the main and the gaming right when I end, so go watch that. But outside of that, hold up, I gotta ban that chatter. I'm gonna be posting on the main and the gaming right end, so go watch that. Outside of that, chat, I will be live tomorrow. We're going to be posting the main and gaming tomorrow, main and philosophy on Tuesday. Then we won't post Wednesday, Thursday. We'll go from there. Who do we want to raid? Who do we want to raid? Raid Mike. I don't know if Mike Ecstasy streams. I'd probably go out on a limb and say he probably doesn't stream. Raid if choice was redeemed? By who? I'm not seeing a raid of choice. If they did redeem raid of choice, refund it. You could redeem it another day. You gotta redeem it like 5 minutes or so before I end stream, not like right as I'm ending. But yeah. Who do we want to raid? We could raid Small Fries. Small Fries is live. Oh, he just started his stream too. Why not? I'm 2 in life for the sub. Jinxie? Oh, Jinxie's playing PvZ Garden Warfare today. Interesting. All right. We're going to raid Small Fries, though. Chat, appreciate y'all. Hope y'all had fun, and I'll catch y'all later. We're going to raid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Ciao.